Good morning, everybody. Boy, it's Tuesday. The most depressing day of the week.
True dat.
Hey, but this is it.
No. What do you mean?
Well, we only have 3 days of goodness, right? So is this technically in the 3 days, or do we eliminate
I'm going to try
Tuesday?
well, my goal yesterday was positivity.
How'd that work out?
It didn't go well.
No, I had a crap day.
It didn't go well.
What do you mean?
You
did great.
I was so pissed off when I got home yesterday. I was just in a rough one. Were you like that yesterday? Were you just in a rough mood?
I had a roof inspection yesterday and an insurance adjuster out there. It was
could be worse.
It really could be.
Yeah, you gotta push.
It's perspective.
Sometimes you gotta push positivity, or you gotta pull it. You gotta pull it along. So today, saying that yesterday was focused on positivity and it wasn't positive, that's you like giving up.
Well,
don't give up.
No, here's what you got to do. You got to go home and put something over your eyes, and you got to meditate to your Insight Timer app.
Cucumbers?
No, I had like a blanket over my eyes. And then Willow, my cat, came up and he like humps our legs and stuff. And so I had this blanket over my eyes, and all of a sudden his body is now on my head, humping my head.
I've had a lot of cats.
He loves you.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of cats. I don't think I've ever seen one hump anything.
Oh, it's a freaking disaster. He's like kicking his legs back. He's just kicking.
What?
Grinding and kicking.
Just thrusting?
Yeah. I was like, get off my face.
You got a weird
bumping and grinding.
Yeah.
Your face.
It was R. Kelly bump and grind.
Right.
Oh, God. Get in the closet.
You got the R. Kelly of cats at home.
I do.
Oh, no.
Sweet boy.
Oh, my sweet boy.
Lucky.
To jail with you.
Yeah.
No,
peeing on a lot of stuff.
Trapped in the litter box?
Yes.
Yeah, trapped in the litter box.
It's, it's hard to be positive when some of the stories today I read.
Well, I walked through the Climatron to get my positivity, and I will say, went in 4:30, last entry to the botanical gardens. That stinky flower did not smell.
Corpse flower.
Just to be sure, I did our due diligence for the show.
Thank you.
So you went down.
They cut a hole in it so you could see it's been pollinated. You could see the afterglow of its intercourse.
Okay, so the whole thing about this corpse flower is, it smells like rotting flesh. It's a dead body. It bloomed. Everybody flocked to the botanical garden, and you go down there, and it doesn't even smell. It doesn't smell until nighttime.
But it's beautiful.
When they're closed.
Yeah.
It was closing up, too. I got it on it was still open, but it was starting to. They cut a hole in the side, though, so you could see inside it.
Into the flower, yes.
It was neat.
Okay, so did you talk to an employee there?
I did. I talked to a lady. She gave me the whole rundown. I asked her, hey, these things only stink at night. Why aren't we open for 24 hours for a public viewing? Like, why aren't we cashing in on that? What's going on?
Sounds like it's ripe for bad press.
Well, it only stinks for, 24 hours?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She said at night.
Okay, but
to lure in insects at
It's
night.
not like you need to be opened up all the time.
It needs to be bloomed, and it needs to be smelling. And so I guess that's in the 24 hours.
Okay, so for the 24 hours that thing is open, the corpse flower, that's when you extend the botanical garden hours. You have a special, we're doing this night thing.
Yeah, they've done
to
it.
smell the flower.
I did learn that it was purple when it opens to look like rotting meat. And the smell is to lure in insects, specifically flies, gnats, and some other kind of, I don't remember.
It should also lure people down to the botanical garden.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the dead bugs pollinate it.
Yeah, money, money, money.
And it would also lure in a Rafe to go down there.
It would lure in a Rizz, too.
About 10 o'clock at night and get a whiff.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Now I don't even care.
She said next year they're planning on possibly opening.
Possibly, maybe, sort of. We may do it. It's about 50% now.
I'm sick of the maybes.
Same.
What a racket.
You're a botanical tease.
How many people went down there disappointed?
We had a lot
How many people went down there excited and left disappointed?
RizzShow listeners, we had at least 5 people that were like, I went down there today, too, on Sunday.
I met 3
didn't smell
RizzShow
it.
listeners there.
You did? Our people.
I was walking through the Climatron trying to get my depression off me.
Yeah.
Like everybody was. And like I was just like, just pretend like you're in Jurassic Park and like you're going to see a little dinosaur. So I was by myself. And I didn't see a dinosaur, but I did see a guy in a flat bill St. Louis Cardinals hat that goes, "You Rafe?" I go, "Hey, dude."
You smell him?
I am. Are you a raptor? You velociraptor? He said, "No, my name's Mike." I go, "Oh, okay. Hi, Mike."
And
there were some Rizz folk down there looking at the corpse flowers. So
did you go down and then leave? Did you or just stay? You hung out?
I mean, I got there at 4:30. They closed at 5. So
did you cry on a bench?
I did the quick tour.
Did you do the botanical garden crying on a bench? Because that is sweet.
Did you?
I've done it before.
Okay.
Of course.
Plants.
They close at 5?
I stood next to the waterfall so no one could hear my tears.
They're open extended hours in like the late year, like when they do the lights and they have their Halloween time.
No stinky plants.
So we got a staffing issue, I think.
Possibly.
Maybe,
I mean, federal funding. Who knows, right? I mean, I imagine they take federal funding. I don't
know.
I will look it up. Anyway.
Every time I go, I spend a unexpected amount of money in the gift shop. I don't know why, but they get me. Like I'm always like, I want more plants. I want to be this guy.
They had a Plant Daddy shirt, and I wanted it.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's worth it.
They got a bar there. You go to get beers and cocktails and walk around.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet.
Well, listen, you went down there, you did it, you saw the flower, great.
So our show was well represented.
Good. You took a picture. I saw the picture. That's good enough for me. Okay. I'm not going to smell it. News from your neck of the woods, your old stomping grounds here, Lern.
Yeah, Columbia,
Illinois, and this story is
horrific.
Yeah, and I tell you what, God bless you Uber drivers out there. You never know who you're going to pick up. All you rideshare drivers. Mm-hmm. You get a call, you don't know who's on the other end. And I know Uber, and I'm sure Lyft as well, they try to put in as many safety measures to protect both the rider and the driver from certain situations. But this past weekend out in Columbia, I would say it's frightening and heroic at the same time because this guy, Allen Lalk, who's a well-known youth hockey coach out there in Columbia, and he's an Uber driver. He drives on the side. So early Saturday morning, Allen picks up 2 passengers, 20-year-old guy and a 17-year-old. And he picks them up in North St. Louis County. And the ride, did you see the story, Moon? I know you saw the headline.
I only saw the headline.
Detail on this? So he picks up these 2 in North County. The ride takes a dark turn when the passengers tried to carjack him.
Mm-hmm. Gosh.
So Allen was driving an Acura as his Uber vehicle. So they tried to carjack him. The 2 ran into trouble because the Acura was a stick shift.
Oh boy!
So foiled by manual transmission. But they realized that Allen on his keychain had keys to a Jeep.
Wow! So they're scoping him out.
So they said, "All right, we can't take this car from you, but drive us to your house in Columbia, and we're going to take your Jeep." Mm-hmm. So they realized he had this key to the Jeep, ordered him at gunpoint to drive to his house in Columbia. So instead of heading home, he went back towards Columbia. Mm-hmm. Instead of heading home, he drove right to the Columbia police station.
Which is on Main Street.
That's smart.
Which is very smart, yeah.
So he drove to the police station in Columbia instead of heading home. Which, yes, smart, heroic, quick thinking. He pulls into the parking lot around 2:30 in the morning. One of the suspects shoots him in the face.
Yeah, it's awful.
They run off into a nearby park.
Man.
Police notice a silver GMC SUV driving slowly near the scene, and with the help of a drone, they see 2 men emerge from the woods. They had been hiding in the woods. I guess they called somebody to come pick them up. 2 men come from the woods, get into the SUV, which had 2 women inside. Officers stopped the car, took all 4 people into custody. The women were not charged.
Which is surprising.
Yeah.
Aren't you an accomplice at that point?
I would think, or I mean, maybe they could say we didn't know. They just said to come pick them up. I don't know. I don't know what the situation there is.
That could be true too.
Allen rushed to the hospital in critical condition, undergoes emergency surgery. Thankfully, he survived. Friends and family describe him as a resilient guy. His brother said he's doing fine.
Damn.
Man. His longtime buddy is also the president of the Columbia Hockey Club, called it just a bump in the road. Allen's going to fight through this.
Yeah, and the reason it's also very smart he went to the police station, most likely they would have done the same thing at his house, and he wouldn't have had the help right immediately.
Yeah,
so he got help right
thinking.
off the bat, and that saved his life. Because they were going to do that.
probably, and at the police station, aid was probably rendered pretty quickly. And Allen, they say this guy's more than just an Uber driver. He's been a coach and positive force in the community for years. The hockey club and his friends have started a fundraiser to help cover some of the medical costs. I know they raised on a GoFundMe. I think it's up to $61,000 now. Uber responded by banning the riders and said it's cooperating with police. The company has added safety features like GPS tracking and an emergency button. But Allen did not use the emergency feature during the ride. And both these two scumbags now face a long list of charges: attempted murder, carjacking, kidnapping. Are the rideshare companies doing enough to protect their drivers? I mean, what can you do?
What can they do? There's so many. It's almost impossible to monitor it all.
Did you say they banned the riders?
Yes, Uber has
very big.
They've quickly come out and said we have banned these two.
That's swift action, Uber.
Ooh. Thank you for your
imagine getting that
hard work
notification on your phone in the hospital.
I don't know what the stats are, but one would presume that there would be less carjackings and that kind of stuff in the Uber situation than in the taxi situation, just because there is a credit card attached. Mm-hmm. So anybody with a tenth of a brain that wants to carjack is not going to do it with their name, credit card, all that kind of stuff attached to
you would
ride.
think.
You could do somebody else's account, though, right?
Yeah, you could definitely steal.
I guess
you go into
right.
Yeah.
These guys were
Dark web
17.
20 and 17.
Okay, 20 and
so you
17.
got one adult and one juvenile who will most likely be charged. If I would think.
I saw a lot of people commenting that, it's ridiculous he's not getting charged as an adult, but, he's 17, so, that's the law, right? Like, he's not 18 yet, he's not legally an adult.
If they're close enough and the crime is severe enough, they'll sometimes charge him as an adult. I'm not sure what they're going to do in this situation. I would think they would. And it's pretty bad.
Which guy, the 20-year-old or the 17-year-old, not that it's terrible all the way around, but, who pulled the trigger and shot him?
All I see is just one of the suspects.
And
So didn't say.
Why haven't their names been released?
There is a name for the 20-year-old I saw.
It's again because the other kid is the 17-year-old.
They're not doing the 17-year-old kid's
That makes
name
sense,
because
but
of the.
I didn't see the name anywhere.
One of the news stations
Okay.
is saying his name.
Yeah, there's
I just didn't have it on my story.
Yeah, there's like a photo of, I believe, the 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Like it's all out.
Yeah, is it? You get to choose. You all right, Rafe? Take a drink of water.
I'm dying over here, bud.
As an Uber driver, you get to choose. Like you could see where the pickup is, right? So if I see it's in an area where, this is a sketchy area, I don't have to go, do I?
No, you don't.
But do you get penalized? Do you get penalized for not taking rides, for not clicking, I'll take the ride?
I don't think so, because that's one way that Uber can keep you safe. Like if you're uncomfortable, if anybody's uncomfortable, you can decline a ride, you can decline a driver.
But at the same time, if you're in a bad area, if you're in a high crime area.
I saw a guy comment, because I was reading this story last night, and I think it was like KSDK or somebody, and I was going through the comments, and a guy talked about how he's an Uber driver, and he normally doesn't accept any rides from North County people.
Hey, there is the name for both of them, and the 17-year-old is being charged as an adult.
Good.
Okay, there you go.
Good. Yeah, what was it? 20? It's something with a K.
Kareem Weaver.
Yeah.
20 of Venice.
Kareem Weaver.
And 17-year-old Robert Fain of Cahokia Heights.
Okay.
Dang. He is being held in a juvenile detention center in Belleville, but is being charged as an adult, according to this article. Wow. Accused of attempted first-degree murder, vehicular invasion, aggravated kidnapping, and several other crimes.
Big time. These are big-time crimes.
Amber checking in on the chat says if you decline too many rides, they can ding your account and your rating goes down.
That's what I mean. So
okay, but then wouldn't that just be a precaution? Like, I mean, if you don't want to, if anybody doesn't want to do anything, you can decline, and that's one way to possibly avoid something that you're uncomfortable with. Like, like for instance, if I'm by myself, let me just be completely honest with you. Like Uber drivers, I'm looking for a woman to drive me. Like if it's late at night, I don't want to get in a car with a man that I don't know. If I'm in a city that I don't know, I'm going to look for, not that, I mean, women can be criminals too, but it's like, I feel more comfortable getting in a car with a woman.
Sure.
By the way, the 20-year-old has a wife and 5 children.
Oh, my.
What? No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alan
no.
does.
Alan does. Alan has a wife and 5
Let's
children. So,
no, I know Alan's got 5 children.
You know, and that's one of the reasons, too. Like, one of the things that sort of differs as far as the Uber community here goes, at least from one person that I've talked to about this, is that, you know, predominantly, where's your business going to be? It's going to be when cards games lets out, blues games, blah,
Sure.
blah, 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 and the airport. Well, the airport isn't the greatest hood, so I'm assuming if you're, you know, you're talking about rides that come up, and if you decline too many, don't the rides come up, the options come up for wherever it is that you're cruising? So, like, if you're in South County, you're not going to get a lot of offers for
Like, give me a
airport.
10-mile radius.
Right, isn't it? I'm just guessing. I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know what the parameters are.
But I think if that is the case, which seems fairly logical, like if you're cruising the airport area for airport rides,
The
which would
airport's
be pretty-
surrounded by not great areas.
which would be pretty lucrative. Yeah, you're gonna maybe get a larger percentage of undesirable rides,
I don't know, man.
and then you decline a few, and you get a ding on your rating. It's a tough market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess if you're up in North County, not in a great area, and you start complaining, hey, Uber doesn't come up here.
Yeah. I mean, people
Thank
in
God he's
North
gonna be
County need
okay.
rides too. You know,
Thank
like,
God he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I Uber to and from the airport, like monthly. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I do it.
Well, can you put that? You know how a lot of cabs have the bulletproof glass and stuff like that in there? Can you do that?
I'm sure you can, but it's your personal car.
Yeah.
I don't want bulletproof glass in my
kind of money you
backseat.
making?
If you want to cruise around in your personal car with a bulletproof partition,
Well, I'm just
between
saying,
the
if you're
front
doing
and back
this
seat,
job,
fine.
if you're doing this job, it might be a good investment.
Yeah, but usually this is a side hustle.
Yeah.
Right. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a different.
It's a
And
side
also, what time of day was this?
2:30 in the morning.
So not a good time either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That
I mean,
would be.
But again, flights are coming in.
Yeah. So you're taking airport.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
It's sad.
Put a link to his GoFundMe. Put
okay.
put that
I'm
around.
so glad he's all right. I
Yeah, that guy
cannot believe too.
shot in the face.
And his friend saying it's a bump in the road.
Bump
It's
in
a
the road.
bullet in the
Tough
face.
guy.
Also, somebody on the the texter says, "Why does it seem like Lern is terrified and pretty much hates men? Like WTF?" No, it's not that I hate men. I actually love men. But if it's 2:30 in the morning,
Yeah, she has an entire.
It
set
sounds
of
like maybe
worries.
you're a man texting in. Let me just give you some perspective here. Is like a 5'3" woman late at night in a town that maybe I don't know. Like, I am looking out for my safety. That has nothing to do with me hating men. It's just I don't want to possibly get attacked. And I think I have a better chance at fighting off a woman than I do.
If
a
I'm an
man.
Uber driver at 2:30 in the morning, I ain't going to a bad area. Hell no. Ding me.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that whole area is a bad area. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, whatever. But yeah, people that don't understand that Lern is a 5'3" female has a different set of logical worries.
And also, every woman is like this.
yeah, as you should be. That's like, you know,
Sorry, society.
We're talking about stats here, man. But I do feel weird when there is a female driver, and if it's just me,
There you go.
I want to make sure like I am doing everything to be like
Overcompensate
textbook.
For, absolutely.
Yeah, like
All my guy friends say that too. Like,
you know what I mean? Like I just want to make sure that they're not uncomfortable.
I always get in the car and say, hey, sexy.
yeah, sure.
Usually
Wow.
disarms them immediately.
Yeah. Do those legs go all the way up?
yeah.
Mind if I ride up
See
front?
why we want the women drivers? Okay.
What?
I never get a woman driver here. It never happens here. It happens more than half the time, I would say, in L.A. and a couple other particular markets, but not here. I don't think I've ever had, maybe one ever. Have you ever had a female Uber
Yeah.
driver in St. Louis?
In St. Louis? No, I don't think so.
I wonder what that is.
I don't
A
know.
lot.
Really?
I mean, there are not a lot of them, so chances are you're going to get a dude.
I feel like it's about 50-50 for me.
You think so?
Wow. Maybe it's South City thing.
Maybe. I feel like every city I go to, it's about. I mean, it might skew male, but I feel like it's. I get a lot of female drivers too, in the cities, from the airport to the hotel.
I don't take Ubers that often here in St. Louis, so maybe playing the odds, chances are I'm going to get a dude. So, okay. Also making the news, something that piqued my interest. Headline: Woman falls to her death after suffering a panic attack and unbuckling her seatbelt while parasailing during holiday in Montenegro.
Man, I hate that.
I sent you guys the story yesterday.
I didn't want to read the story. I heard the headline. I just felt.
I read it, watched it.
So terrible. It's almost like, what do? Do you make a buckle that can't be unbuckled super easily unless you're
It wasn't easy.
on the boat?
Man.
What do you mean?
She went through.
How do you know? You saw the video?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The video is very much available to watch.
Oh, no.
She,
So they're not saying, yes, they're saying it was an accident, but possibly a suicide.
well, I thought it was a panic attack.
Well,
Like
yeah.
she panicked.
Was
up
she
there,
alone, or was
just-
it one of those doubles?
No, she was
That's
alone.
what I
So
saw.
this is in Montenegro. 19-year-old student fell to her death while parasailing on vacation. She's Serbian. So she had reportedly agreed to take a free parasailing ride in exchange for being filmed for a promotional video to encourage tourism for the summer season, wherever they were there in Montenegro. So witnesses say she looked happy, she looked relaxed at first, but then things took a tragic turn once she was in the air. Now, according to reports and the video footage, and you watch this, Lern, too?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
She appeared distressed and tried to pull herself up by the harness straps. She then unbuckled her seatbelt and safety jacket, twisted in her seat, and then fell about, 150 feet to her death.
Was it just because she was so high? Like, she hit the water, right?
She was above the Adriatic Sea. So about 150 feet in the air.
What's the max
Well, they give you.
height you can hit the water from before it becomes like concrete?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. But some onlookers said they heard her screaming, "Put me down, put me down, put me down, help me," before she fell. Even though emergency services responded quickly, they were unable to save her. Again, there's some uncertainty about what exactly led to this happening. Some reports say she suffered a panic attack. Others say suicide has not been completely ruled out, though her family and friends don't believe she would have taken her own life. The company that organized the parasailing said she seemed cheerful and not afraid of heights before the flight. Mm-hmm. And technical inspections of the equipment are underway.
Man, I've parasailed so often, and I've never thought about unbuckling. Like, I guess I've never panicked up there, so that's the change, but it's so fast. It's like you're not up there for very long, right?
When I went, the thing that's bizarre to me is I feel like the least panicked you would be is once you're up there. It's very peaceful.
Right.
It's so
It's very
quiet.
chill. And like once you get up and the sail's inflated and the parachute's working and you're just kind of cruising, it's kind of boring. Honestly, I thought it was going to be more of a thrill. Then I got up there and I was like, oh, this is more like when you ride the little swings that go around
I remember
at the state fair or whatever. Like it seems like it's going to be like this action-packed thrill ride. Once you get up there, it's kind of like it's very zen. The most tumultuous thing is probably getting off the boat. The beginning.
when they,
Yeah, because the sharks are going to eat your feet.
Well, you
when
just
they
feel like you kind of get
rev up the boat, and that's when you go up.
Yeah, so
Do you start from the beach, right?
start from the deck of the boat.
Yeah,
when
you're
I
out,
went.
way out. Have you never been because you're afraid?
I'm not going. Ever.
Fine.
I've seen too many videos.
It's so cool. You get up there. I mean,
Dude, all these.
you see the sea turtles and a dolphin.
I'm watching the video.
I'm
and,
cool.
All these experts on panic attacks and experts on suicide. Like,
How about experts on rope snapping
Dude.
and the parasail just sailing over a hotel?
Right.
We've seen those videos.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
You're not going to get in your car today? You want to read the stats on car accidents?
Yeah, but at least I somewhat have control of that.
Well,
I'm not
so-
attached
so
to.
you think.
At least there's some regulations when it comes to the road and my vehicle and other people's vehicles.
Everybody's saying like this is controlled and blah blah blah, and she's not. That's not how a panic attack works. What it looks like is someone who doesn't understand that from that height it's not safe. She's probably thinking like most 19-year-olds or teenagers that haven't experienced, like heights or something like that. That it's water. I'm going to go right in like a diving board. And
she's 150 feet in the air.
Listen, she's still going. She's still on the ascent. This isn't halfway through the trip. She's still on the ascent. She's fairly close to the coast, so they just started. And what I'm seeing is somebody who's panicking and doesn't want to go higher and thinks, if I get off now, I don't have to go higher. I don't think someone would do this understanding the risk of hitting the water at 150
Yeah, I don't think, I just watching the video, I don't think it's suicide.
Definitely.
I think it's this chick panicked and let me off this ride and not of clear mind.
Like, let me off this ride, and I better get off now before it goes higher, because I don't want to go higher. That's all she's thinking.
I'm going to do whatever it is to get off this right now.
Wow.
It's interesting. At terminal velocity for falling into the water is like 186 feet. So she was below the threshold, but it says it all depends on like
but pretty close.
The deceleration and how you hit the water. Like people cliff dive from like 200 feet and have survived.
Yeah, it all depends on.
And I've cliff jumped from 60.
It all depends on how you hit the water.
When she goes upside down, though, like she flips out of her harness, because she got to flip out of the leg harness too. She had to undo
flipped out.
She had to undo like 4 safety devices.
Yeah, I mean,
to
you
get
could
out of that thing.
when you hit the water, you could. I mean, your lungs could collapse. You could break your neck. You could. Look at the video. She is high.
And also, how close is she? Or how shallow is it there?
She's high, but she probably doesn't understand how high she is. Again, like we all grew up doing rivers and jumping off of 20-foot cliffs and all this kind of stuff. Like we understand. I jumped off a 55-foot, like it was just under 60 at Lake Havasu, and I'll never do it again. It scared me so bad, and it hurt. And it was, I was just like, well, this is way past where I should be doing this. And that was only, and that was fearless me who liked cliff jumping.
Okay, so she was 50 meters, so it's 164 and change.
Yeah. The thing is,
man,
something was up because, like, why take off your life jacket? That wasn't buckling her in. You know what I mean? Like, she took off her life jacket first.
She was feeling confined.
Maybe she couldn't get to the buckle.
Yeah, she probably thought that had something. Maybe she thought that had something to do with the harness, because she's clearly just like frantically not wanting to go further high. She said, "Get me down, get me down."
Yeah.
So she's probably like, "I got to take this in my own hands. They're going to keep me going higher."
Oh man, horrible.
Dang,
horrible.
I don't know. You're high enough at that point. We also can't tell. You know, that camera's.
Look at behind her. Look how high. I mean,
I feel like she had already made a decision. I got to get down one way or the other.
Oh man, that's so high.
That is not the way I would have chosen. Waiting would have been the best choice.
Yeah, just screaming.
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Hold on for dear life.
I remember my wife went parasailing once, and she called me from up there. She goes, "Guess where I am?" You know, "Where are you?"
You weren't in the boat?
Yeah, where were you?
I was home.
Oh.
Were you nervous for her? You're like, what are you doing?
I go, "You have children."
Parasailing. It's like so
You have
lame.
children.
It's not even that big of a deal. And I hate this for this woman if she is panicking like that. I mean, but if you have a panic attack, you are out of your body.
No, you are not of clear mind.
No.
I don't think I've ever had a panic attack.
Ooh. You feel like your lungs are collapsing, and also having all those harnesses and things on, like you feel like you're in a harness of yourself. So you're trying to rip.
I'm in a
things
harness
off.
of my own emotions.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never had a panic attack.
That's good.
Gosh.
So I can't imagine the fear, the out of body experience she's probably encountering. I don't know. It's what a tragedy, and bad for the parasailing community.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And industry. Another black eye for the parasailing industry,
Which you care so dearly.
which I do.
Yeah.
Who brought up the chick that the OnlyFans chick that was going to nursing homes and
Rafe. Yesterday, because there was
Did
a
you
woman.
bring her up, or Scott brought her up?
I didn't bring her up.
I brought up the story on Reddit about a lady helping elderly widowers out.
Well, we
Maybe
talked.
that got mentioned.
We talked about a couple months ago.
Yeah, a while
woman
back.
that was going to nursing homes, and she was having sex with very old men
To usher them into the
I think
the
it's
heavens.
just for her OnlyFans.
for her OnlyFans, and yeah, she was filming them too. Do you remember what her name was?
Tiffany, Wisconsin.
Tiffany, Wisconsin. That is correct.
What?
That is correct.
How do you know that?
I follow her on OnlyFans. No, I'm.
Tiffany, Wisconsin. Yes, Tiff, Wisconsin. Back in the news, guys. Back in the news. So she is 35 years old. Why don't you pull up a picture of good old Tiffany, Wisconsin. 35-year-old OnlyFans star.
Oh, yeah. I remember this gal.
Her goal this summer? Sleep with 5,000 men. That's right. 5,000 men.
That's the cool. That's the cool thing. That's the trendy
This is
thing.
not lame at all.
Let's just talk about numbers.
She's calling it her boldest move yet.
What are you doing this summer, Tiff? Oh, well, I'm going to sleep with 5,000 men.
By the way, I love that this is a story in Us Weekly.
Yes.
That's how mainstream we are now with this kind of stuff. Tiffany actually started off planning a 2,000 guy challenge. But then she found out somebody else was going to do 2,000 guys. So she's like,
Who was that? Jody Montana?
Nobody's going to show up Tiffany, Wisconsin.
This is in a year?
No, in the summer.
In the summer.
Just summertime.
Let's see. What's the duration of summer? How many days this summer?
Well, you figure.
How many days?
No.
this summer?
Listen, quote, I know I can do it, and it's going to be really hard, but I'm not going to do it in one day. I'm going to do it in the span of a week.
93.6 days on average is how long summer lasts.
Well, she's saying
She's going to do it in
summer.
a week. This summer.
She's saying this summer. Oh, 5,000 men this summer.
Okay, so 90. Let's see.
Now, she's I know I could do it. It's going to be really hard.
53 men a day if she wants to do it all summer long.
I'm making
That's
history.
the math.
She admits that she's not totally sure how she's going to pull this off, but she's confident her team. She's got a team, guys.
Well, one would need a team.
Her team will help her plan everything out, including the itinerary. She's even going to have a nurse on site because I don't want anything to happen, quote, like last time.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Did somebody die? Stroked out?
What?
Like an actual stroke in your brain.
What? I forget what happened to her last time. Was she hospitalized?
I think
From the old men?
All she says is, I don't want anything to happen like last time. And Tiffany, what happened last time?
What is
Tiffany.
that? Is that clickbait?
Gosh.
I began by taking bikini pictures and lingerie shots while selling additional explicit content. After a year on OnlyFans, I made a decision to start posting explicit content. And around 2.5 years into my journey, I began creating sexual content with older men, which was a turning point for me and became my niche.
Right. That's her thing. So she got her start back in 2020 when she was looking for a way to gain financial independence as a stay-at-home mother.
That's a great leadership.
Well, she's
there.
not home very much if she's
Excellent
banging all these
leadership.
dudes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
Mom's at work again. She's at work a lot, your mom.
She's not. There's no way she's still married. No way.
In my best month ever, I made $80,000, but it fluctuates.
She started as a way to gain financial independence as a stay-at-home mom. I'd like to know if she's still married. I will put money on no.
No information there.
No information on the husband?
Nah,
and what his thoughts are?
I'm getting no information there.
This is certainly healthy for her children, by the way.
Yeah. I hope they don't get any of the weird stuff she's going to get.
Hold up. Tiffany, Wisconsin. She's got 274,000 followers on Instagram. 70-year-old boyfriend about 20 hours ago.
Oh, she has a 70-year-old boyfriend?
My 70-year-old boyfriend is so loyal, he said he wants to go last in the 5,000 guy challenge. That's real love, end quote. And he looks like a used car salesman.
He's going to go last?
No offense.
Oh, how romantic. Ugh.
What's he look like?
Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
He looks like in Mission Impossible when Tom Cruise puts John Voight's mask on. But it's like the mask is on really loose.
Dude, this is so...
Great head of hair on this guy.
This is so awkward. Even the thing that they posted, which is supposed to be like a...
Loving.
Yeah, like, dude, like he tries to touch her, and
he's pushing her hand off.
Yeah,
of
she brushes him away. He tries to kiss her, and she brushes him away. Like what?
What is going on here?
That's an elder fetish.
Yeah. Well, it's also that. I mean, come on. She's trying to get in the will.
It doesn't look like she's fetishing anything. It looks like she's enduring it.
Oh.
I don't understand.
Well, good luck, Tiffany. Good luck in your 5,000 guy challenge.
Also, the reason married men go on so many work conference trips.
Yeah,
so I guess she invaded some sort of conference.
Yeah, hey, ladies of the area, if your husband has a work trip to Wisconsin,
I'm going to be in Wisconsin this weekend.
See Rafe Williams in Wisconsin.
My show is in Minnesota.
Okay, there's a cowboy that's just wearing a really cute jacket, and he's actually very handsome. And she's
on her
Instagram, and she's like, tallest man I've ever been around or been with, and he's around 6'7", and he's very handsome. So some of these guys are still got it, you know.
Here's what, and I do kind of appreciate what she's doing here. She is out and out saying that she's getting money from these dudes. Did you see the one guy on her page that she was like hugging the fatter guy?
And I said I started my 401k.
My 401k?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly unabashedly, you know.
Gold diggerish.
Dude, she does not discriminate. I'm going through her profile right now.
There's a dwarf.
There's a little person. Yes. She's hanging with this guy a lot.
Bang Vern
Short
Sawyer.
king. I mean, she does not discriminate. She's an equal opportunity.
Okay, now,
How?
Oh.
If you're going to bang 5,000 dudes, you're probably going to have to be pretty open-minded.
that's right.
Yeah, that cowboy guy looks like he...
Yes. Where are you going with this?
Well, he kind of looks like maybe...
Oh, his name is The Real Cowboy Daddy. He's a porn star.
He's
Oh.
the ex-biz male streamer of the
Yeah, I
year.
was like,
What's
he
up?
looks like he's in the biz.
He is in the biz, yes.
He's very handsome. I mean, that looks
His
great.
handle is The Real Cowboy Daddy.
The picture you're referencing, you don't even see his face. Lern sees this and goes, he's very handsome.
Good for him.
God, how pathetic that guys are just like, here you go. Well, whatever. I mean,
Do we? I mean, people are just
Do
doing
you
whatever
think?
the hell they want now.
fine. If you got enough money, as long as you're not stealing from people.
Well, they kind of are.
Is she? But if
It's
guys are willing to
consensual.
give their money to her,
It's just weird. Just weird.
All right, this is
right.
this is her whole shtick about her 70. Oh, dude, she will not let him kiss her. You see this?
You don't think that's stealing?
Whoop. What a weird.
I don't know.
She's doing all sorts of rage bait, dude. Because like she even has an 80-year-old signs will away to new bride, where she gets married to this 80-year-old guy. I don't know, man.
Yeah, this is all.
So it's this cringe bait?
It's
more than
rage bait.
anything?
Okay, so with
We're being
and she
had.
got a short guy on there. She got a dwarf,
She's got a dwarf, little person. She's got
a dwarf friend.
a tall man, very tall king.
Now this came out after we did 6-time fun facts yesterday. 6 years ago, so Tinder. 6 years ago, Tinder quote unquote pranked us with an April Fool's Day thing about adding height verification as a part of their features to quote bring honesty back to dating. Now that hasn't happened, but now they are testing a feature to allow people to filter by height on Tinder, and people have their thoughts. Now, they aren't enforcing what height you report, but they are allowing women to filter out short men.
So on your profile, you just say, like, I'm a short 6'4" guy.
A short 6'4"?
Yeah, just a little under 6'4", about a foot under.
So they are allowing women to filter out short men or filter out tall men, but no, nobody's doing that. This is against short people. As a short person, I'm very offended. Some people are up in short arms over this, but not groundbreaking territory. Hinge already lets paid users filter by height. Both Tinder and Hinge are owned by the same company. A Tinder spokesperson said, this is part of a broader effort to help people connect more intentionally Now, it's worth pointing out for now, it sounds like the height filter will just be a preference to guide the algorithm for premium users, not a hard filter that would completely cut people off. One person on social media said, quote, justice for all us short kings. And another said, it's so hypocritical that men are demonized for having preferences, but it's okay for women. Imagine if Tinder added what?
Weight.
Weight.
Well, it could go either way. What do you mean? Like, you think just men would filter weight? Women would do it too. So I don't know if that's a great comparison.
No, but it is because they don't have a weight. They don't have a weight filter.
I know, but people are saying that women are only filtering for tall guys or taller men than them.
Well, they would filter for weight as well.
Sure, everybody would.
Guys are not filtering for height.
Yes, my husband is. I've asked him, and you could all text him right now. I've asked him numerous times through our love line if I were to, like, if I'm standing on a step that's taller than him, and I'm like, hey, would you still have gone after me if I would have been this tall? He straight up says no. So,
get the out of here.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Get out of here. He's just telling you that.
No, he's not. This is a man who he needs the woman to be smaller than him.
Guys are not filtering. Okay, Tim is of course, there are exceptions to every rule.
I'm just telling you my experience.
Would you be okay with Tinder having a weight feature?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is height okay?
I didn't say it was. Why are you yelling at me, dude?
Lern, why'd you say it's
Why?
okay?
Why did you make this happen?
Height.
Why did you make this happen?
No, I
Why
don't
does it sound like
it.
you're yelling all the way from your shins right now? Or where their shins should be.
Rafe, is it okay for weight?
Is what okay for weight?
Okay.
A filter.
Did you not pay attention? So height is okay.
Yeah.
For Tinder. So you could filter short guys out.
Right.
Why can't you filter heavy women out?
I mean, yeah, do it.
Okay, do it. Good. That's one for Rafe.
Okay.
It's like a college bro that goes around getting TikTok content by doing this. He's out like on beaches and stuff, and he goes up to gals and he's like, "Would you ever date a short guy?" And they're like, "No," and he's like, "And I would never date a fat chick." And like they're always like offended and whatever, and he's like, he's trying to like get them into this whole this exact debate, but like on camera, so it's all
yeah.
rage baity, as you said. But yeah, it's interesting to watch a 18-year-old dude bro go out there and pitch this all gotcha.
Why don't we just do everything? IQ, breast size, penis size, height, weight, eye color.
Why not?
I mean, why not?
We've come to the point now with these dating apps where it's like going to a butcher and just going, I'll take that steak.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna filter by heart, dude.
Yeah, heart filter. Like, do you like feelings?
An innie and outie belly button?
Do you ladies just look at us just like we're just a piece of meat?
No. I did the cowboy earlier. But he's a porn star, and that's okay.
Do you have a lot of skin tags?
Scott, is it okay if we're doing height? If we're doing height, can we do weight?
I mean, if they're putting height on there, it's fair game, right?
I think so.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it makes if you have someone in mind, because I know some gals don't care about if they're taller or short. Like, right. I'm sure that it does just help you out if you're into whatever.
Everybody's unique. It's an autonomous system of finding your mate. And
I don't think it's bad.
Is more info worse? I don't know. You don't have to look at that info, I guess. But maybe some people would want. Maybe some people just are really into that, and they want to have a big guy. Maybe they're like they want it.
Is it really going to hinder the short man's existence? I don't think it will, because it's all about confidence, right? And all. I mean, like, it doesn't make a difference.
No lady,
right?
if you're setting your height preference, no lady,
hey man,
is going on there saying, "Show me the 5'4"s."
Is there an app that filters money too?
Yeah, how much money do you make?
Yes, there is. Isn't there? We talked about
it. I think there is. Like a sugar daddy. Remember us talking about
it.
There's like a sugar daddy app.
But Tinder's, a mainstream one. Tinder's one everybody knows about. Of course, there are these little niche, dating apps.
Will it make things more efficient then? You don't waste your time. You don't waste somebody else's time.
I'm all for it. I'm fine with it.
Just put in 666. As a lady, and you get it all. You got to have proof of abs, proof of income, proof of height.
What did Sir Mix-a-Lot say?
6-pack, 6 figures, and what?
6 feet.
6 feet.
36, 24, 36, as long as she's 5'2" or whatever.
He goes, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. I love him.
This is wild.
Would you date a taller woman?
Sure.
Much taller? 6 inches taller than you.
A foot taller than you.
Like when you hold hands, you have to go up.
You're on your tippy toes
You
to
look
kiss
like
her
a
face.
child. You look like a toddler when you're holding her hand in public.
Dial
got a long
1-900
neck.
Mix-a-Lot.
She's hot. Like I'm talking like Gabrielle Reese.
Gabrielle Reese.
Like volleyball,
Okay.
hot, tall, but so tall. Like 6'5", 6'6". Like she towers over you.
I'm not really.
When you
See?
dance, you got to put your
Okay,
arms
that's
around
fine.
her.
And I'll put on my preference.
You got to put your arms around her neck, and she holds your hips. When you slow dance.
Nobody
at
over
your wedding.
6'5".
And that's okay.
See,
If
there is
you
a spectrum.
feel you have a preference.
I just got a
And
message.
nobody over 175.
I just got a message from Tommy, and he said a great way to find your mate is go on Facebook and look for wedding dresses because that means they're probably divorced and are getting rid of their dress. And then you can filter by size with all that because it'll be like if you want extra large or
Tommy the
small.
boss just texted you that?
No, not Tommy the boss. A caller,
Tommy the
Oh.
friend.
I think you did say Tommy the boss.
You did say Tommy the boss.
No, I said I got a message from Tommy.
Oh. See, our
okay.
brains just automatically
Yes.
fill in the
Tommy
boss.
apologize.
Hilfiger, actually.
Okay, so what you're saying is
Yes.
this is a King Scott life hack, guys. All right. Go on to Facebook Marketplace and look for women selling wedding dresses.
Yes.
And see what size the wedding dress
They're
is.
most likely single, ready to mingle,
Single,
Divorced.
single, horny,
and at least this size at one point.
Huh.
ready to have their, live, laugh, love summer. I don't know.
And at least a size 4 at one point in their life.
What the hell?
That's my hack. It's a great
All right,
idea.
Tommy, thanks a lot.
All right.
Back to you.
What a move. Y'all are thinking
I know,
too
what was I
much.
thinking of that Julia Roberts movie where she goes around sleeping?
Oh,
with-
Runaway Bride.
No,
Pretty Woman that you
Eat,
can
Pray,
watch.
Love.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, it's a great book. You kidding
I said
me?
live, laugh, love, whatever.
Eat, Pray, Love. That she goes over to like India and she finds a man and she divorces her husband and
Yeah.
lives her damn life.
She meets Javier Bardem.
Yes.
Oh, she doesn't just go bang guys.
Well,
She kind of does, but
Javier Bardem.
there's more to it than
Okay.
that. That's a movie you will never watch, by the way. You will even if I suggested it, you'd be like, faster than
he'd get through the eat part,
right. Good food.
but he's out at halfway through praying. He's never getting to love.
Don't even think about love.
Not even going to get
Oh,
halfway
so Tinder.
to love.
So Tinder has preferences. You could pick slim, athletic, or thick.
Oh, they do?
Hell yeah.
Tinder does?
Is thick spelled with CC at the end? Because I hope it is. Not CK.
THICC.
Is that for gals or for
Hell
guys?
yeah.
I'm going to get on there.
What? No.
Just want to see how I do.
We're not doing hotornot.com with
Put
you
me
on
in. I
Tinder.
want to see how many thicks I get.
Put
how many
me
thick
in.
swipes. How many thick swipes I get.
Rafe's ready to play.
Well, this is a.
You know, they should have that for people that are attached, just to see how you would do. You know?
gosh.
This is simply
Where's the moral
research
obligation
only.
on that?
I want research only Tinder.
Yeah.
Listen, dating apps have always been brutal. This is just another tool that's trying to make everyone's experience more efficient. If you want to shrink your pool of prospects to filter by height, then yes, it's your choice. Or weight, it's your choice.
Yeah, you may cost yourself.
Yeah.
You may cost yourself love. Who knows?
And to the detractors, it would have been something these people would have done eventually anyway. Now you're also being saved the time of dealing with people who are height obsessed. Okay?
Yeah, there's a fetish for that. I was at the grocery store the other day, and there was this really cute couple, and the guy was huge. He was like very tall. And then the girl was like very small. And I was like, look how cute they are. And I was like, they picked each other and loved each other. Like their size. I mean, she was half the size of this guy.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, one of the biggest people I've ever known. He was with, his wife was the tiniest. I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
Pocket.
5 foot, Polly Pocket, tiny gal.
Right.
And it was so interesting to see them
Weird.
together.
What?
Yeah,
Weird looking, it's odd looking.
You know what's so funny? When you talk about short guys with really tall girls, the very first thing that comes to my mind, this has been stuck in my mind ever since. Do you guys remember like the second season of Real World? There was this dude on there who, and he was one of the cast members, and his girlfriend was like, I'm talking 1.5 foot taller than this cat. She was a monster. I mean, like, just tall. Like, it reminded me, next to him, it
Was that the season with Puck?
looked like the gal from Deuce Bigelow, you know, like that's a huge bitch.
That's a big bitch.
So, like,
I haven't heard that's a huge bitch in so long.
right, but like,
That's a huge bitch.
exactly.
Oh my God.
But that's what it made her
I should have
look.
known you had that button.
She was probably 6'6", but she looked monstrous next to him because he just looked so small. And but he was like really into her and really into her being taller than him. And like it was a big part of the show because it was so I don't know.
Was
just
that
kinda
the season with
shocking
Puck and Pedro?
No, that was he stuck his finger right in the peanut butter. That is that's season 1. We're talking
That wasn't season 1.
Sure it was.
Puck and Pedro?
I mean,
Season 1 was Pedro the guy who died?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was season 1. I don't
Season
know if
one
Puck
was Eric
in the
Neese.
same.
I thought yeah, Puck and Pedro hated each
Season
other.
1 was
Okay, they were in this
Because
Eric Neese.
Puck came down. Don't you remember? He came down and he put his finger right in the peanut butter jar. That was Pedro's.
God, that's
He stuck his finger in my peanut butter. Like his,
What's up with that guy these days?
There has to be more to you than gay and AIDS.
right, and then he got his tongue bit off.
And then
that
he
was a
licks
different
his peanut butter finger, and I'm like,
He got his
okay.
tongue bit
guy.
off?
That was a different guy. That was a different
No,
guy.
that's
that was
the
punk
ShamWow
rocker
guy who looks like him.
No. I'm talking about the punk rocker guy that was in like season 4 or 5.
Third season.
Third season was what?
Puck and Pedro.
Oh, it was
San
the first season that
Francisco.
mattered.
First season was like not even filmed the same. That was like the Eric Neese
With the
Damn.
and the cowboy
and the black girl,
and the cowboy, right?
and I think so. Yeah,
Dude, Puck went to jail for 2 years, harassing an unnamed woman. Then he got married. Now he's a truck driver. Been doing it
Interesting.
since 08.
by
He-
season 3 they'd figured out like let's go find people who will fight with one another.
What year?
What
What year was season 3? The Pedro and Puck year.
97.
90.
97 is a good guess. I'm gonna go with that
97.
because I think
No, not 97.
Earlier?
Because I was still in high
95.
school. 94.
Wow.
94.
June 30th to November 10th, 1994.
I went to college with somebody that was on the Real World.
Real World, San Francisco.
The New Orleans one. His name was David Broom, and he was a weird dude, and he was a weird guy in the real world.
Well, that
Great
actually
clean
makes me
floors.
feel good.
Season 2 was Los Angeles. That was with the cowboy and the black guy.
Okay, the
and
cowboy.
Oh,
That's the one
man.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a true story.
Because wasn't the first one the one? What was the one that had David that was in? It was the guy who was in Half Baked. He's like, "You ever suck D for coke?
Yeah.
Boo
That's,
this
David
man!"
Edwards.
that's season 2.
Okay, that guy because he
David.
got kicked out for like being too aggressive or
David.
something, right?
Wait, was he the punk rocker dude that like got
It
his
was
tongue
like
bit
the
off? when
black
he was-
dude that was a comedian, but he got kicked out of the house because he like,
Boo this man.
but he got to be in Half Baked.
Okay.
This is the guy's name that was dating taller models, Joe.
Joe. Okay, Joe, Real World. Look that guy up because it's still in my head that anytime I see a guy with a really tall gal, I think of that guy and how he loved this gal. And he was like very into it. And I remember because he was such a juxtaposition of a dude. He was like super Catholic and very into his spirituality. And at the same time, he was like, I've always wanted to be a porn star. And I was like, what is this? This guy's
That may have been Real World Miami,
no wonder he got cast.
season 5.
Yeah, I just remember they made a big deal about dramatizing his girlfriend coming in and introducing her to all the.
Joe Patane.
All right,
Patane.
Joe
is an-
Potato.
Are all of
Joe
the
Patani?
Joe is an Italian-American graduate business student at Fordham in New York City. He owns a small business and is eager to start the business with his housemates. He has a tall girlfriend named Nicole,
yeah, I'm telling you, man.
awesome.
Like it's
but he
it's
has
with me.
difficulty remaining faithful to her.
That's right. Oh, okay.
Does Paramount have all of the seasons of Real World, like they do with Beavis and Butthead and stuff? Because I didn't watch all of the seasons, and I'm having FOMO right now.
Yeah, this gal, the girlfriend came to visit, treated him awfully, proclaimed the house was full of losers, and then made strange baby talk with him as roommates watched on in horror.
Oof.
Yeah. So remember,
Yeah, I remember this.
You remember this guy?
I remember that guy.
And he was always talking because they had like the little camera in the phone
the confessional.
phone booth. Yeah. But it would just record their telephone conversations, and he was always talking to this gal. And then when they finally introduced her, she was 1.5 foot taller. It was so weird looking.
I forgot the guy I went to college with was a singer in the real world. Because remember he did the songs like, come on, be my baby tonight.
What year was that?
It was the New Orleans one. So it would have been, man, I don't know.
Watching these old clips, dude, is wild.
Oh, yeah. She looks like an Amazon woman.
That's a huge...
That's a huge bitch.
9th season, 2000.
What?
She's a model, though.
What is...
Yeah, she's
I mean,
hot.
she's a beautiful gal. He looks like a child.
He looks like a little kid.
Yeah, now, like, you know...
He's 6'1".
His Sean Kemp kamikaze high tops and his socks and all that aren't helping
That was
him
1996.
in this particular scene.
1996. All right, well.
Memories. When life was easier, you know what I'm saying?
It really was. All right, let's do this. All right, that's brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Dupo, Illinois, Danny Whipple.
Yes, Danny.
Team Rizz member today. Danny is a loyal listener to the show, loves everyone on it. He says, I love all you guys, and I miss Jeff, too. He likes playing games and going fishing. Danny Whipple from Dupo is our Team Rizz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz.
You know, you're all talking about different, extreme heights. My dad was 6'4". He's probably 6'2" now, but he was 6'4" for the majority of his life. And my mother's 5'2" at her best year.
But a tall 5'2".
I think she's under 5 foot now.
Yeah, there is a significant height difference.
I mean, it's a pretty big difference.
Huh. And Mallory's how much taller than you?
About a half inch.
Half inch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
She'll say
But
an
if
inch,
she wears
but
heels,
let's
though,
be real.
If she wears heels, she's
she's a
towers
tower.
over you.
She's a tower. I'm a child.
My brother's got a suggestion for us. Create Tinder profiles in cities that nobody would know us.
Uh-huh.
And so you get the most swipes.
Fine.
That'll be a very
terrible
short
idea.
contest.
Yeah, I'd run away with it. You know that.
That's right. That's right.
You know that. As long as we don't have to put height and weight, I think I got it.
Oh, no, we're putting it all.
All right, Crab on Celebrities next. What do you got?
Owning her masters, Taylor's version. Dolly says no to Meghan Markle. What is the best Disney soundtrack of all time? And new crap on game I'm going to do around the horn called Why Were They Canceled?
Okay, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday and something fun. Head-to-head album battles. We'll chop it up next to there. The return of Do It, Bitch. Going to try it out today. And the last time, much controversy.
Was there?
Yes. Every time there's much controversy.
So we look
forward to that. And I vowed
that.
to never do the game again, but I'm bringing it out of retirement. It was a short retirement and it's back. So Do It, Bitch will give away, let me see, we got Incubus tickets to go see Jeremy Piven. We got tickets to go see the Lumineers. We got tickets to go see Pierce the Veil. Crab on Celebrities here in just a second. All right, so I'm gonna do this. Head-to-head album battles. So we're going to go around the horn with this. So I will give you 2 albums, and this is all subjective.
Yeah.
This is just for our audience to, I don't know, gauge our musical tastes, I guess.
Okay.
Actually, know what? There are wrong answers.
All right, that flipped pretty quick.
Art is objective.
Let's argue about this.
This is all to bring us closer together. Maybe find our similarities. I don't know.
I'm interested to see how many I have in common with you, because we do have very common music taste, but when you're going to break it down like this, I'm interested to see how we do.
And this is album versus album, right?
Album versus album.
Which, okay, I mean, albums are big. We're talking 11 songs on average.
And these are all big hit. These are all big, very famous albums.
Okay. Sometimes a single or two can swing. I mean, some of my favorite records have some of the best 4 songs on them and some of the most garbage 7 songs on them.
All right, who wants to start? Who wants to start?
I can.
Okay, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
Scott, what is the better album in your mind? Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon or Led Zeppelin 4? Dark Side of the Moon had Money and Time. Led Zeppelin 4, Stairway to Heaven, of course.
I'm going Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side?
Ooh, I'm going to say, oh, golly dang. I'm going to say overall, Dark Side.
Dark Side?
I'm saying Dark Side as well.
Dark Side.
Yeah.
Dark Side.
Yeah.
What do you
Kind of
say?
hurts to say
It's
that.
close, man. It's a close one.
Zeppelin's
Well-
thievery is always
Yeah.
it's influencing my decision.
Me too. If it weren't for that, I would say Zepp.
The recording process, too.
I could listen to both albums
Dark Side of the
in
Moon
its
is
entirety and can recite every word from every single song, but I will have to say Dark Side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all agree.
We all agree. Okay,
More
point
original
for us.
creativity.
Yeah.
All right, Moon.
Yes, sir.
AC/DC's Back in Black or Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction?
Wow.
Back in Black.
Back in Black. What's the better record?
I'm going Appetite for me. I mean, I love Bon Scott. I don't know.
Okay, that's
All right,
fine.
all right, thanks.
It's fine. Rafe? Appetite or-
Appetite for Destruction?
Yeah, I'm going Appetite.
I'm going Appetite too.
All right.
Love AC/DC, but I mean,
I do too.
the B-sides on Appetite for Destruction are bangers.
Oh,
Appetite has
I
more.
mean, that was Guns N' Roses' best album.
Yeah, Appetite has more color, and I totally get that. But Back in Black, like, just was proven that simplicity smacks.
but I like the songs better on from front to back on Appetite.
I
Everything
listen
from
to it
Rocket
more.
Queen to Mr. Brownstone to
Night
It's
Train.
So Easy to Night Train.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. Come
man.
on.
Woo!
Now that we're saying it out loud, this wasn't even close. Sorry. I like AC/DC, but
Yeah, I mean, AC/DC's Back in Black, Scott. Back in Black, of course, and You Shook Me All Night Long, and
great songs.
great songs. Is Have a Drink on Me on Back in Black?
Sounds right.
Is
Back in Black outsold Appetite, right?
Rock
sure.
and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution on that one too?
Maybe. All right.
There's some bangers on both, but I'm staying with my
Learn.
Yeah.
Nirvana's Nevermind or Pearl Jam's 10.
Oh.
Ooh.
What is
Oh
the
man.
better album in your mind? Of course, Nirvana, What Smells Like Teen Spirit, and Come As You Are.
I gotta go
Jam.
Pearl Jam 10 because Smells Like Teen Spirit, obviously yes, but like when you think of a better record to listen to front to back, to me it's Pearl Jam 10.
Okay.
same.
Dang,
Scott?
that is so tough.
Pearl Jam's 10 or Nirvana's Nevermind? Better record in your mind.
I'm not a Nirvana acolyte. I
Yeah.
think they're great, but
I think, Nirvana, I mean, they were the staple for me. They got me into it all, but I feel like Even Flow and Alive and Jeremy and all those songs, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going Pearl Jam 10.
I'm going to say Pearl Jam 10 for me.
Dang. That's a tough one. I like them both.
Very tough. Same with you.
In small bits, I like the sound of Nevermind better. It's punchier. But if we're talking a record, I think Pearl Jam 10 is hard to beat.
I mean, it's pretty perfect.
It's a pretty perfect record.
All right, Rafe.
yeah,
Michael Jackson's Thriller or Prince's Purple Rain? Better record.
Thriller.
Thriller, okay.
I mean, that was the first record I owned. And I love Prince. But, I mean, come on.
Scott?
Yeah, I'm going Thriller.
I'm going to go Thriller too.
Okay, so Thriller had...
Billie Jean, Beat It, Thriller, Purple Rain had When Doves Cry.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
Purple Rain.
Want to Be Starting Something, The Girl Is Mine,
Yeah, dude.
Beat It. Like, oh, my gosh.
It's
Thriller.
Michael's best album.
It's Thriller. It's Thriller.
Learn, is it Thriller?
Prince is cooler. Prince is better.
I love Let's Go Crazy. I would die for you, darling Nikki. Oh, I think I gotta go Prince.
Wow.
Nice.
That's the cool hipster answer, but
I guess so.
the real answer is Thriller, and we all know it.
Thank you, Rafe. That was good.
I love them both.
That's the cool, high-fidelity John Cusack
You know what,
answer, but the real answer is Michael Jackson's
I was also
Thriller,
thinking
we all know
about
it.
the Thriller album cover. It's just Michael Jackson.
Sick, dude.
It's just Michael Jackson laying
Airbrushed.
out.
Airbrushed with his little airbrush glove.
He's great.
Right? Isn't he just laying out?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
White
got like
suit.
a Miami
In a white
looking
suit.
outfit on.
black top.
Yeah, he's doing the
Glowing.
George Costanza.
And
He's doing
he's
the
still a
Costanza.
black guy, which was nice. That's peak Michael, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Kidding me, dude? Airbrushed glow.
How dare you guys?
He's got a
not-
baby tiger
Yeah, but
on his leg, dude.
Prince is on a motorcycle in a purple suit.
Look at the inside. He has a baby tiger.
I know.
Yeah, that wins. The baby tiger.
Baby
on.
Tiger wins.
I've never seen that.
All right. Okay, let's go with, and we'll go to Moon here. We'll go No Doubt Tragic Kingdom versus Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill.
Jagged Little Pill.
Lern.
I gotta go Tragic Kingdom. I wore that record out. That's one I can sing front to back.
Rafe.
Man, that's tough. Those are both good. I'll probably say Atlantis on that one.
I
Scott.
think this one's easy. It's Tragic Kingdom.
Really?
I mean, it's phenomenal. Yeah.
Oh, I'm Alanis.
I mean,
Jagged
she had
Little
Taylor
Pill.
Hawkins. I know that, but yeah, this is
Dude, you want to know? Perfect.
Songwriting.
Hand in my pocket.
Ironic.
You learn. Head over feet. Ironic.
It's a great record too.
I mean, it's
It made
I think
her
I'm
whole
biased because my
career.
sister played that 24/7, and
Yeah,
I
you're
just got
sick
so
of it.
sick of it. I'm like, I am done with this album.
Oh, but man, the fun music videos from Tragic Kingdom with
Yeah.
Sunday
Yeah,
Morning
Don't
and
Speak and Just a Girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
listen, they had their hits, but in
They
my mind,
crushed.
Jagged
Ended on
Little
This
Pill.
is a great B-side on that. Ooh.
What did Jagged Little Pill open with?
Jagged Little Pill opened with
Because that song's
All I Really Want.
I love that song.
That's a great song. That doesn't get enough airplay, honestly.
That's a great song. All right, let's go. Let's go a little country.
Let's go.
I don't have an opinion on some of this stuff, but
Well, you should.
Well, we'll tell you what your opinion
Okay.
is.
You'll have one.
I'm going to start with Rafe on this one.
Okay.
Johnny Cash's At Folsom Prison versus Willie Nelson's Redheaded Stranger.
Oh man, that's like asking
What's-
me to shoot one of my children.
What's the better record? Johnny Cash's At Folsom Prison or Willie Nelson's Redheaded Stranger?
Man, that's hard because at Folsom Prison he's doing all bangers
Like the greatest hits.
because it's
Yeah.
live.
You got to get rid of one of the
Redheaded Stranger's a great album, but it was a concept album. I've got to go Johnny live at Folsom, and that hurts me to say.
Okay, Scott.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, Folsom Prison, though, I got to go that route. And I don't know. That's what Marty Stewart said. That's the greatest album that's ever been cut. So
At
I'm gonna
Folsom
stick with
Prison?
it. Yeah.
Moon, do you have an opinion on this?
Yeah, I don't know each record intimately enough, except for I want to lean towards. I'm not, other than one or two exceptions, I'm not a live album guy. I like studio albums.
Me too.
So I would lean towards Redheaded Stranger just for that.
I also want to add this, that he did that Greystone Chapel song, which was written by an inmate. And I think that kind of just makes it so unique and special.
So Willie for you,
I'm gonna go Willie.
Johnny,
Johnny for
Johnny.
me.
Show
Johnny
me
for
Willie.
I don't know the Willie Nelson record.
Yeah,
Show me
same.
Willie.
The Redheaded one album is phenomenal.
All right, Moon.
Man,
Al-
sorry, I'm just looking up the Redheaded Strangers. I'm like, man, he did have some bangers on there, but I'm sticking with.
The big one is Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so Moon, Alabama Mountain Music or the Oak Ridge Boys Fancy Free?
Alabama. I'm biased though. I'm not an Oak Ridge Boys guy.
I've never listened to either of these bands.
I think we've played Elvira on the air.
Oh, Elvira. I'll go with that. The Oak Ridge Boys then.
Rafe, Alabama's Mountain Music or the Oak Ridge Boys Fancy Free?
It's tough, but
Alabama's Country Boy Eagles
That's true.
to me, and it was that sound that like
which is
I
why I will say Oak Ridge Boys.
I have a smell that I associate with Alabama.
What does
What's
it smell
the
like?
It smells like old South County wood.
What?
I know that sounds silly, but like I'm telling you, I was introduced to Alabama in my neighbor's house, who was like kind of my nanny, this older gal, and she used to watch us when my parents were at work and we weren't at school. We were really young, and in this one corner of the house, it was just wood and plants, and they had a pet squirrel and like a grandfather clock, and like that's where I first heard Alabama. And I remember going, "What the hell is this?" And like there's multiple harmonies and different things, and like it had a particular sound, and I remember it. We're talking early 80s. I remember, Sesame Street being on and Alabama being played in the house, and like it smells. I can smell Alabama.
Interesting.
So that's an important one for
Which
me.
album did you say Fancy Free?
Yeah,
Ridge
Fancy
Boys.
Free, the Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh yeah, dude. It's not even close.
We're getting called out for Want to Be Starting Something Not on Thriller. Thriller track list.
My
let's
bad.
see.
I put in Thriller track listing.
Yeah, it is. It's the first track. No, it's yeah, it is. Moron.
Suck it, Trebek.
Thriller, Want to Be Starting Something, track 1.
Wanna be starting something?
Baby Be Mine. The Girl Is Mine. Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean. Human Nature. PYT. The Lady in My Life. Dude, God, what a good record that is.
What was Dirty Diana on? Bad?
Yeah, it sounds right.
All right. George Jones, I Am What I Am, or Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man. Go, Scott.
By the way, I didn't get to say mine, but
Alabama.
Alabama. I saw them in 2003, and Kenny Chesney was the opening act at that point, and it was incredible.
Do you have a tank top on?
Yeah, we're talking albums, though. Here.
I know. But no, that album is phenomenal. Alabama wins. But yeah,
I
so
did
this
these
one.
for you, by the way.
Okay, which one's this one?
George Jones, I Am What I Am, or Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man.
Oh, my gosh.
Pick one now.
See, I don't know either of these, really. So
Yeah.
I defer to the expert.
That's why I put these, because I know these two of these guys know.
Yeah.
This one's tough.
I refer to
I'm
the
going
expert.
George Jones.
I knew you would, and that's
Yeah.
why I was going to say Scott's going George Jones. So
He just speaks to me. I don't know. It feels like my dad. He kind of sounds like my dad. So
Pick one, Rafe.
Whoa!
Let's get serious.
George Jones.
This is tough because he
No
stopped.
firearm zone.
He Stopped Loving Her Today
Yep.
is probably, possibly the best country music song ever written. But Stand By Your Man was in Blues Brothers.
Yeah, it's hard to argue.
So I'm really torn here. Dark horse, I'm going to say Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man.
Not a
I
bad
don't.
choice.
Not playing this one because not enough information for this guy.
Same. I don't know.
But okay, so and Moon.
Oh, I told you, I'll defer to him, George Jones.
Yeah, album cover too. He's in a white suit as well. He might as well.
Right
Lern.
on. What?
Green Day's Dookie versus Blink-182's Enema of the State.
Ooh. Dookie, all the way.
Dookie all the way.
Yeah.
Not even close for me. It's Dookie all the way.
100% Dookie.
100% Dookie for everybody?
No,
Two
I mean
different
Aliens
times, though.
Exist is on Blink-182. I'm going.
Enema
that
of the State, huh?
route. Yeah,
Loved Enema of the State.
incredible drum. Everything's perfect.
Wow, first wrong answer of
From
the
start to finish. Perfect album.
That just reminds me of high school, and like Dookie was the 90s. So
I used to
it's just
sit
two
on the
different
school bus
worlds.
and with my friend Blaine's CD player, and we would share earbuds and listen to Dookie to and from basketball games.
Oh man, Longview.
But what
Jeez.
albums have you listened? Have you listened to it since you were?
I have.
Okay.
Dookie?
Yeah,
Which one do you
on my
spend more?
Casey show? I do a 90s segment as I leave called Exit 90, and I play a ton of music off of that record, and I love it.
All right, so you are.
I hate it because every Blink-182 song sounds like they just want to kiss their skateboard. It's not my thing.
How dare you?
I want to kiss my skateboard.
I miss my skateboard.
That's a great song, by the way.
I'm not yucking your yum, but to me, it's just I just don't get it. It's just not for me.
Remember when
That's
they were
okay.
in American Pie and they were watching?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a great cameo? And that's around the time Enema of the State came out.
Yeah.
Skateboard.
All right, Moon.
Love it. Want to kiss it. Love my skateboard.
Soundgarden, Super Unknown, or Alice in Chains, Dirt.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, how dare you?
Say those again out loud.
You know-
Soundgarden, Super Unknown with Black Hole Sun and Spoon Man and
Here's what.
great tunes on that one. Alice in Chains, Dirt with Rooster Wood and
Okay,
Down
so
That River.
so I saw Jerry recently.
Jerry,
You're on first name basis with Jerry Cantrell?
Seinfeld.
What's up,
Mr.
Jerry?
Cantrell.
Cantrell. I saw Cantrell recently. In the 90s, I would have listened to Dirt way more than Super Unknown. But I'm going to go ahead and say Soundgarden hands down at this point, and not because Alice in Chains isn't what Alice in Chains is, but it's because of some of the horrible bands that they inspired to be bands. It's their fault.
Well, you're blaming Alice in Chains?
I'm sorry, but I have to hold a certain band against you.
accountable for all the for a lot of garbage.
For just one
It's not their
trash
fault.
can of a band. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna say anything except for Soundgarden wins by default.
For me, it's a photo finish with Dirt.
Same. I mean, I'm just looking at the tracks. Them Bones Wood, Rain When I Die.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
even get me
it's
started.
pretty perfect.
Perfect
It's
record.
pretty perfect.
I mean,
But-
so is Super Unknown, by the way.
Also, I love Bad Motor Finger more than Super Unknown. Is that wrong? I don't know. Like, if I'm going Soundgarden records.
I mean, you put on My Wave. That's a Super Unknown song. That's a banger.
I think they're both genius, but one genius spawned a lot of idiocy, and I
Dirt wins for me.
can't let it go.
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden for you.
I love Alice in Chains, but not to the degree that some folks do. And that Soundgarden album's awesome.
And you're looking at Tina when you.
Yes, she's a. I'm happy.
Jerry
to,
Cantrell's her hall pass.
That's her. One of.
No, we wouldn't have Godsmack if it wasn't for Alice in Chains. So I'm going to go with Soundgarden.
Okay.
Yeah, because it wins easily.
There was a guy at our remote that
Dude,
had a
think twice.
Godsmack T-shirt on, but he had it tucked in, and I go, "Wow, that's a real crossroads in life."
I remember that guy.
You got a
too.
Godsmack T-shirt on, but you got it tucked into your
was
shorts
noted.
with a braided belt, and he's a cool dude. But I was
Cool
just
guy.
like, that is a time capsule of age.
Cool
and-
guy, yeah.
and trying
That's
to
fine.
hang on to
Man,
something.
I want to see an Alice in Chains shirt tucked in.
They don't.
I'll wear one tomorrow.
They,
Is that
if you try
allowed?
to tuck it in, it untucks itself.
Have you seen a new Alice in Chains shirt?
You can't tuck the
I
rooster.
bought one like last time they were actually in town.
What do they look like? What are the designs? Like,
The
what
one
are
I
we
bought is
talking-
white. It says it's really cool. It has an orange Alice in Chains, and it's got the guys with, obviously William Duvall, like version of the band, and they have the
white-
dates on the back.
a white Alice in Chains T-shirt.
Yeah, I saw one with the
$25.
cool the dinosaur skull logo on it.
Oh yeah, the devil put
This one-
dinosaurs
yeah,
here too.
There's a neat one at Hot Topic right now with the three-legged dog from that album cover.
Oh man, I
looks
love
Let's
it.
all buy Alice
I
in
got
Chains
two more.
shirt.
I got two more guys.
You
Got
know
two
what's
more.
rad? Wait. You know what's rad about that record, the three-legged dog one? Is it? I don't know about it for you guys, but there was special editions that came in those weird
Oh, yeah.
green,
Yeah. Green.
like
I
neon
had
green
that.
things, and it was like a purple. Dude,
Yeah,
so
those were
rad.
awesome.
So rad.
Yeah, I had the green jewel case.
Yeah. Not all of them had that, I don't think.
Yeah, it was off colored. So it stuck out in my CD rack.
Yeah, it's cool.
9 Inch Nails Downward Spiral versus Tool's Anima.
Ooh,
Oh, doggone.
Oh my gosh.
Anima, straight up.
Shocked.
Really?
Shocked.
Tim is the 9 Inch Nails fan in our household, who's a diehard.
I thought you were
He's going to
the.
be rolling right now.
I
that I'm
thought
saying
you
it.
were the 9 Inch Nails queen.
No, Tim is. I love 9 Inch Nails, but he is the queen. Of
I
9
do
Inch
as well.
Nails. Yeah.
Tool's Anima wins for me. Love Downward Spiral, but it's probably not even close in this matchup. For you, Moon?
I did not understand Downward Spiral when it came out. I was not a fan, and I've grown to respect it and appreciate all that it is. And yet, I still think Tool's Anima is better.
Rafe?
Tool.
Tool?
Yeah,
Scott?
I mean, from the first song to last song on Anima, it's just easy. And then I remember Downward Spiral, I'd skip a couple songs every once in a while, but I never did with the Tools, so I'm going that route.
All right, finally, Def Leppard's Hysteria versus Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet.
Hysteria all the way for me.
Ultimate 80s cheese for both.
I just like how
But they're great.
Def Leppard. I've never been a Bon Jovi fan. I don't mind him. I think he's a good human, but I just, for me, I love Def Leppard. I've seen them more, and they're great.
One was a Mutt Lange record, and the other was Desmond Hart's, right? Or who produced that? I know there's like multiple songwriters, and like they pulled a lot of people
Desmond
in.
Child wrote
Desmond Child. Sorry, what did I say?
wrote a lot of the When Slippery When Wet.
Right. Interesting whole process too, and like just ripped.
Yeah, go down a rabbit hole, by the way. Look up Desmond Child and see how much stuff he wrote.
Oh, I know.
How many of the songs that you love that weren't written by the guys you think wrote them?
Yeah, he wrote a ton
this
for
guy.
Aerosmith, too.
Aerosmith, too. Pretty much wrote most of the Pump record.
Yeah.
But Hysteria was Mutt Lange, right?
Mutt Lange produced, yes.
Didn't he co-write and some other
Maybe,
things as well?
but he was definitely the producer.
Gosh
They
dang.
called him Moot Lang.
So hard to.
Hysteria for me.
I guess Slippery When Wet for me. I think it's more interesting.
Hysteria's Pour Some Sugar on Me, Love Bites.
Animal.
Rocket.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, You Give Love a Bad Name.
Wanted Dead or Alive's on that album, too.
I'm in an 80s rut right now. I've been listening to a ton of Whitesnake. I don't know what my problem is. I'm just freaking
I didn't
losing
think
it.
you were going to say
I
that.
know.
You're going to be waxing the Trans Am and the
I'm going to get white interior in my TLX.
having a midlife crisis.
I need an
What's
answer,
going on?
Rafe.
It's tough, man. There's a lot of good bangers on. I got a soft spot for Jovi.
So tough. So tough. It's tough. So tough.
I really like to listen to both. Both have helped strippers earn a lot of cash for love.
God, it's so true.
Pick
I'm going to go
one.
against popular opinion. I'm going to go Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
I got a soft spot
I'm
for
with
the
you.
Jove, man.
I'm with you. I got
Like
a soft spot
that
for
phase of
record.
my life, I feel like Bon Jovi did more for the angst, for the junior high angst, or maybe even like grade school angst.
I wore both these cassette tapes out.
Yeah.
And it sold another, 50,000 units of Guitar Talkers. Like, it's just a cool sounding record.
Scott?
Yeah, I got to go Slippery When Wet.
Slippery When Wet,
That's the one
huh?
that influenced me more from that.
Only two
era.
Def Leppards, huh?
Well, I feel like as original as Def Leppard was, I felt like I could pick out any of the Bon Jovi stuff immediately as a kid. I'm thinking as a kid here from the 80s. And when I would hear Def Leppard, I'm like, is this the we're not going to take it, guys? Is this the this? You know what I mean? Like it was all kind of a part of the same plane.
And I liked them both, but I just think
As a kid.
Slippery When Wet has one extra banger on it. It wins by one song. It's just got one too many.
It's Americana hairband,
Yeah.
which I dig.
I mean, when I listen to that, I just imagine like the Wanted Dead or Alive dude who's riding a motorcycle through like the Mesa.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, you just,
You're like, is this guy
when
going
you
to try a
close your
country
eyes and
record?
listen to Slippery When Wet and you're like a white trash kid from Southern Illinois, you're like, yeah, that's me one day.
On a steel horse.
Yeah, on a steel horse I ride.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's just way cooler to
It's
me.
outlaws,
And
huh?
it's cheesy as hell, but
It's
like I
cheesy
still,
as
when
hell.
it comes on, I'm like,
It's so silly.
still sounds kind of cool,
Just
man.
outlaws
Like, if I'm by
going
myself in the car, I'll close my eyes.
City to
I'll
city.
put my hands up on the dashboard like I'm
Pillaging
on a
and
hog.
plundering with our guitars.
Well, and it's more cinematic too. It almost sounds like it was written for a like a cheesy movie. It
Yeah.
sounds like a soundtrack movie.
It really
And-
was.
And a lot of those things kind of sound like that, which I sort of appreciate. That's how I like to listen to music.
Oh, and the video of Bon Jovi living on a prayer wearing a duster.
Yeah, right. Well, and the cool thing too, I'm sure you've seen this, like the whole thing about the album cover.
Oh, with the garbage bag?
Yeah, like it's like they had all these different album cover issues, and they were trying to figure out what to do, and they're trying to be provocative, and it's like smell the glove. There's like a whole Spinal Tap thing going on behind the scenes, and then this photographer takes a picture of a wet trash bag and uses his finger and writes "Slippery When Wet," and it becomes one of the most iconic looking things ever.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a trash bag with
Wow.
water
Yeah,
sprayed on
somebody
it.
spritzed water on it, and they wrote Slippery When Wet on it. That's it.
That's awesome.
It's great.
That's it. All right. Interesting conversations, guys.
I
Time
like
for
that.
crap on celebrities. And talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
Well, one of the biggest news stories of the weekend I missed yesterday, but we have updates. So Taylor Swift has bought her masters, meaning she now has more control of her music moving forward than she originally did. And early reports from industry outlets like Billboard have followed the case closely. They suggest that she bought her music for $360 million from Shamrock Capital.
Which is couch change to
Right.
her.
Yeah, she's made billions off of the Eras tour. But she does
And re-recording her records.
Absolutely. But she talks over the week whenever this came out, she said, thank you so much to the fans who came out for the Eras tour because she was able to have that money to be able to do this.
Oh, yes. And we're all going to reap the benefits.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
thank
Nice.
you.
By the
Thanks.
way,
Give them back now.
So I get all those records for free now?
Spotify announced that streams of her original versions of her albums doubled on Friday when she broke the news that she regained control of her first 6 albums, jumped by 40%.
You guys are all suckers, I'm telling you.
Yeah, what's your opinion on this? So, you think this was a marketing ploy?
No, I really do. I really do think that she had her masters. That Scooter Braun guy, sold them off. She wanted them. She was outbid, and then she made Scooter Braun the villain and the whole thing. Re-recorded everything and made a gazillion dollars off doing that. Launched the Eras tour. She was the hero. She villainized, the music industry and the Scooter Braun guy.
I think she
Everybody was
villainized him also because he worked with Kanye West. And he was an adversary of hers from the whole MTV Video Music Awards and all that. And I think that kind of added a punch to him that he worked closely with Ithaca, Ithaca Holdings.
She made it seem like, oh my God, the big bad man stole her music. Stole her music.
Well, and
she's gonna be the damsel in distress, and she's gonna re-record her stuff. And all her Swiftie fans are gonna go out and buy it, and she's gonna make double what normally people would make on putting out a record.
Moon, I'm interested in your opinion on this because you are an artist, and don't you want the master recordings of your music if you're an artist?
Oh, sure. That's a great ideal. But there's some ruthlessness involved here.
Of course there is.
And there's some
Both sides.
and there's some standards. As an artist, when you're getting started, you're using a label. If you're using a label as a bank, and they loan you something in exchange for owning your masters, and they front the cash. They're investing in your business, and there's equity involved there, and you're giving them the equity of the masters. Ultimately, it would be great to be able to buy those back, but that's a part of the process in which you're using their marketing machine, their connections, their promotional machine to skyrocket you into where.
And they took a chance on signing you, and
right,
you know,
so
they put a lot of money into your marketing,
and that is the deal that you signed, good or bad. And ultimately, like, I think it's great, and it's always a victory when the artist owns their masters. You know, from Prince to whomever. I don't know. I know there's a ton of money involved here, and I don't know how cool it is to be so ruthless. You know, and turn an entire faction of the planet against a particular
person. Who knew,
person.
though? I mean, she's like the 0.0001% that got globally famous. And, you know, when she signed a deal, you know, the deal is that we will record your music and we will market you and we'll put you on tour and we'll do all this stuff. But we get to keep the master recordings.
And there's some parallels, and we were talking about this yesterday. You know, like Michael Jackson owned Paul McCartney stuff. Right, and remember hearing
on the Beatles, bought the Beatles catalog.
Right, remember hearing about all that stuff.
Right.
I don't remember anybody going after Michael Jackson publicly.
Yeah, but I guess the Beatles didn't. They looked at, we were going to sell our masters away, or they didn't want them because they had made enough money, and they didn't. It wasn't the same type of possession type of thing. And I'm looking back, so she now owns from 2006 Taylor Swift, the album Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, and Reputation. She owns the music videos, the concert films, the album art, the photography, and the unreleased songs,
which is great.
But then, so she signed a new deal. I went through this yesterday. The New York Times had a great article about the timeline of all of this. Talked about in 2018, she signs a deal with Universal Music Group and Republic Records. She owns all the masters from that time, which included 2019's Lover, all the way to the Tortured Poets Department, which was her latest album.
Which is insane.
Which is great, which is good, which is fine. I'm glad she owns her stuff, but I'm just saying, when she, you know, pitched a fit that she didn't get her masters and Scooter Braun, I don't know if she was given an opportunity to buy them, whatever. But then she turned that into, well, I'll show them by re-recording my stuff.
Well, they offered her a part of the company, but to buy, if she wanted her masters back, they said you have to give us a new record, right? So they said 1 for 1. Each new record you put out, you'll get the rights back to your records that you are wanting the masters of.
I, for one, here's how I feel.
Which is kind of like, in my opinion, holding it hostage.
That's not my point, though. My point, though, is that she used this as a marketing thing.
Yeah.
Right. And
so people will rebuy her records.
And that's where
she gets all the money.
And that's where I feel like there's genius in all of that. And at the same time, I'm also a believer in certain things being business, and you cannot educate a listening audience on exactly how the business works. There's like a dividing line. You know what I mean? There's the audience and there's the stage. There's the backstage and there's the front.
She made it good guys versus bad guys.
Right. And
she's the good guy. And she re-recorded her stuff, and all her fans went and bought.
Well, of course they did. They're obsessed with her.
Of course. I'm just saying, it's a marketing thing.
Yeah, you take a tragedy and you don't waste a good tragedy.
I just think it's crappy that they were holding, when she wanted to buy them back, she had the money. She should have been able to go, hey, okay, name your price, I'll buy them. They didn't want to do that because they realized that she is such a gold mine. And they wanted to obviously use her as a business. Okay, we have a very successful artist. We'll give you a record back for each new record that you make for us. And she said, screw that. And then she went to Universal Music Group. So I think she's just holding her own against the big machine, no pun intended,
She is the machine.
Well, and she is the machine.
She's the machine.
They're
Taylor
genius.
Swift fans do not care if they got about the re-recorded. They were excited about that. They're excited about this.
And now they're going to buy they're buying for a third time.
Right.
They're going to go and buy the same record.
No, this is a masterclass in how to control.
To be successful in control. Not everybody can do this.
A lot of people can be successful and not tear down. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but I'm saying, like, for me, there's a couple things that are a little. I'm not stoked on how that unfolded, but like, this is a masterclass in.
Congratulations to Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
you said she was a damsel in distress. I was like, I feel like she was very shrewd. I feel like she was more of a boss bitch.
Yeah,
she took advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah. I don't feel like
at first she made it seem like she was the damsel in distress.
Well, first, because they were saying you can't buy your records back.
Are you sure?
Fine.
That's what I read, right?
I'll re-record them.
She wanted to buy them back. She had the money.
Genius.
That's a baller move.
And she couldn't do it.
Yeah, but it was a marketing
Yeah, but
plan.
you know who doesn't get to come out and say anything and who doesn't want to because there's no point is the person that you're saying wouldn't let her do something.
Well, no, they did come out and they said at that time, from what I read yesterday, that we will give you a record back for each one that you make for us. So they were trying to make a deal with her instead of letting her just buy them.
Right,
they
that's
said,
what I'm saying.
Do this.
Business. It's business going on behind the scenes.
But then what do you expect her to say if she can't have the opportunity to buy her records back? That's where the damsel in distress comment comes from. You think she sounds like she's whining when she's just saying, I can't do this, so I will re-record them. Listen, and I'm not even a Swiftie. I just look at this and go, this chick took an opportunity and she wanted her stuff back and she won. Like she got everything she wanted and she still has $1 billion.
And made $1 billion in the process.
And I think
if
Jay-Z did it, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Well, Jay-Z's not the global. Jay-Z's not the global superstar that.
No, I mean he's pretty good.
He's pretty, but he's not as big as her.
It's fascinating all the way around.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's
masterclass.
In a lesser-known album news, 7 Mary 3's debut album, Churn, from 1994, is going to be reissued digitally. They got 3 previously unreleased tracks. Remember 7 Mary 3, Cumbersome, Water's Edge?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
American Standard, that record.
Scott and I have been waiting for this to happen.
I know.
So thank God.
So I just wanted to make sure you're
What
aware.
happened?
There's another.
They're re-releasing it.
7 Mary 3 is re-releasing their record.
They're on their
listened to that
masters.
quite
See
a
what
bit.
happened? Somebody took their masters, they re-recorded
Yeah.
it.
Scooter Braun.
It's 7 Mary 3, my version.
There's every
Mary's version.
it's 3's version.
I 90s fans will appreciate that news.
Yeah, the song "Water's Edge" was awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
Every band, I wrote a sketch about it. Like every band, when they're hurting, they're like, we got to write a song about a crime near the water.
Yeah.
Like Uncle Tom's Cabin. Whenever
That's Warrant.
Warren was hurting, they're like,
Phil Collins.
I know a secret down at Uncle Tom's cabin. I know who put the bodies in the wishing well. And everyone's like, this song rips. Phil Collins in the air tonight. If you were drowning, he witnessed a drowning. And then 7 Mary 3's like, oh, we got this. We're Water's
Edge.
And it's always a hit. Like anytime a band's struggling, there's got to be a water crime.
Dang, that's a great call. I'm gonna try this.
Hopefully there's no water crimes involved in this story. Rod Stewart canceled his Monday night show in Vegas last minute, sharing with fans on Instagram that he was sorry he wasn't feeling well and had to, have to reschedule June 10th. He's going to be here. The last stop on his tour with Cheap Trick will end here in St. Louis on August 15th. And I was talking to my 80-something-year-old aunt this weekend, and she talked about the last time she went to Rod Stewart, and it was pouring down rain, and she had to take all of her clothes off and put a trench coat on and walked into her house, and her children saw her in her trench coat with no clothes underneath. It was a whole thing this past Saturday. Meghan Markle is trying to build her lifestyle brand, but not everybody's on board. Word is that Dolly Parton was asked to appear on her Netflix show with Love Meghan, which is essentially her cooking show, and somebody on a podcast said that Dolly's team was livid because they thought Meghan just was trying to use Dolly to boost her street cred, and Dolly's reputation and her popularity doesn't want to be associated with Meghan Markle. And, Mindy Kaling was on that show. It was fine. Who cares?
People hate that chick.
I know. Why do they hate her so much?
Because they think that she broke up the royal family.
Well, I mean, okay. Isn't that necessary? Is that Harry's fault then? Like, he was the one who decided to leave.
That she's got him wrapped around her finger.
It's very odd. Like Meghan from Suits.
Oh, there's
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, and there's all
one?
these like social media handles that explore that she wasn't really pregnant, that she was faking her pregnancy, and she walked around with a fake
belly?
fake belly, and
Well, it seems like every celebrity gets pregnant. It's fake, according to my favorite people to follow.
For sure. Guys, Lainey Wilson is known for wearing her signature bell bottoms. I'm almost bought some. She does this thing with Wrangler, which is really cute, that you can buy the Lainey Wilson Wrangler bell bottoms. Are so cute. And how many pairs do you think she has? She says that she has bought a new pair to wear on stage for the last 15 years.
Lainey Wilson?
Lainey Wilson.
I mean, how long has she been around for?
15 years. Starting 15 years ago and obviously getting more popular as time goes on.
She's been on stage how many times? How many concerts?
I have that
Thousands,
number.
probably.
I have the actual performance numbers.
So if she has bell bottoms for every time she's been on stage?
Well, since 2013, she's performed this many shows.
1,000 pairs.
Okay. You guys think that's a good number?
1,500.
1,500.
For how many years? 12?
She's
12
been on
years.
for 15 years, but she's been performing in new bell bottoms since 2013. Every show.
Ooh.
100 shows a year?
Do you think she does that many, or because she films stuff too?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she was playing that many shows back then. I'll say 800.
I was going to go that route. I'm going to say 953.
She's played 685 shows since 2013, and she has more than 1,000 bell bottoms.
Okay.
in her
Wow, that's a
stash.
lot of britches.
That's pretty good.
What?
Moon, this is for you. So, what comes to mind when I ask you what the best Disney movie soundtrack is? What is the first Disney movie to come to mind?
The best
'Cause I have the
Disney
top 10.
movie soundtrack. I do think it is hard to beat Aladdin and Lion King.
I think Lion King. Like, if you ask me, like, what's the most iconic
good
of
to be
the
king.
Pretty spectacular.
Disney movie
especially
soundtracks,
considering that
or-
was the B Squad.
or what was the one with the teacups and the
Yeah,
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, that one's pretty flawed.
Disney's Robin Hood, written by Roger Miller.
Yeah.
is
Not
the
on this
best
list, pal.
Disney, it is the best Disney soundtrack.
I was going to say The Jungle Book, but now you say that, I think you're right. Because Roger Miller is expert.
Well, congratulations to Moon and Rizz. So, Aladdin's number 3, Beauty and the Beast is number 2, and The Lion King is the number 1 Disney soundtrack.
It's so cool too when you like learn about that. Like it was either the B Squad of animators or something like that. And because Pocahontas was the focus,
Oh, yeah.
Disney was like
That was
all
a great
in on
soundtrack as
Pocahontas.
well.
Yeah, and they were doing Lion King and when they did the screenings and all that, like they had different people doing the voice for whatever song that Elton was on, and they were like, "This is garbage. What are you doing? You've ruined my song." And there was so much drama, and then it all
Yeah.
came together in the end. And is one of the most perfect movies.
Can You
ever.
Feel the Love Tonight is a great song. This was upsetting to see. Jonathan Joss, best known for voicing John Redcorn on King of the Hill, was fatally shot Sunday in San Antonio, Texas. His husband, Tristan, said the shooting followed years of threats and harassments from neighbors. The couple had returned to their former home site that was destroyed from a fire earlier. They lost their pets in this fire.
Dude, this is a crazy story.
Terrible story. So the alleged shooter was found. So he fled in a vehicle. He was detained by police. He's 56 years old, booked for murder. Authorities are investigating the incident as a hate crime. So Joss had recently attended a television festival in Austin discussing the loss of his home and pets in that January fire. And he was set to reprise his role in the upcoming King of the Hill reboot.
Yeah, I just saw
as John Redcorn.
I just saw. Did you see the
Credit.
the trailer?
Credit trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks,
in.
it looks
Me too.
pretty good.
Does it look good?
Looks awesome.
I'm excited. It
does.
Even the credits told a story of like what's happened in the interim. I thought it
Yeah,
was a
Bobby
really
comes
good way.
back. He's
all grown
older, all grown up, and they're all still standing by the fence. I like when they go to 2020, they have masks on.
Well, they showed they moved. Like in the credits, it was like Hank. They showed a moving truck, and then there was a new guy. It was like a black dude
Yeah.
in the alley drinking beer with him. And then a for sale sign went up, and Bobby bought the house, and everybody was back in the alley. Like it told the whole. It filled all the gaps in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, here's what they were up to.
It was interesting.
Well, it's very sad that he's
R.I.P.
dead.
John Redcorn.
Super
Yes.
sad.
Dang.
George Romero invented the zombie movie genre, Night of the Living Dead. Now his daughter, Tina, is keeping the legacy alive. She made a movie called Queens of the Dead, which she describes as a big gay zombie movie. Plot very simple. The zombie apocalypse breaks out during a Brooklyn warehouse rager full
But
of drag
these zombies
queens.
are fabulous.
Is it
They
one
are.
big gay zombie, or is
It's
it a
going to be
bunch
many.
of gay
It's
zombies?
going to be tons
It's a
of
lot
drag
of gay
queen
zombies.
zombies.
Okay.
And it's the most fabulous night of the living dead
I
ever.
can't wait. So George Romero died in 2017, and she said she pitched the idea for Queens of the Dead to him before he passed, and he loved it. No word on when we'll get to see it, but it's happening. Switch 2 pre-order panic. Maybe this happened to some of our audience. So the Nintendo Switch 2 will launch this Thursday. Unfortunately, a lot of people got a surprise this last week that they did not like. Some big box stores like Target and Walmart canceled their pre-orders.
Whoa.
They thought they were going to open the new console on day one. Now they're scrambling. So the stores suggest customers will get a chance to buy the console next month. So everybody who sent in to pre-order this thing, not all of them, but many of them got canceled.
Oh,
and
bummer.
people on Reddit are saying, Walmart putting you on blast. This is absolutely pathetic. I pre-ordered my stuff the minute it became available, and my stuff is canceled. And they said it spanned a 10-day period. So
They
that
say
sucks.
why?
I think it was like a glitch in the system.
Whoa.
Something not
a glitch
good.
in Walmart system.
In Walmart system. And finally, I'm going to give you a name of a celebrity, and I want to know if you can tell me why they were canceled, because BuzzFeed.com put out a list. People on Reddit were saying, there's a lot of celebrities who were unfairly canceled or mistreated by the public, all right?
Let's go.
So Brendan Fraser, What do you think he was canceled by?
I didn't know he was canceled.
I didn't either. So he was basically shunned after accusing the former president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for groping him.
That's right.
And then he made that huge comeback with The Whale.
Yeah.
What about Janet Jackson? Pretty easy one.
Oh, the wardrobe malfunction.
The wardrobe malfunction.
Which, yeah, she deserves some heat for that, but so did Justin.
Right.
He got off scot-free.
And people were just mad about her bejeweled nipple, which I thought was odd.
I wasn't mad.
I wasn't mad either.
I wasn't mad either.
Our beloved Corey.
Think about the kids.
I mean, everybody's got
just
nipples.
saying things.
All right. Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman was canceled?
Our beloved Corey Feldman was mistreated by the public.
For saying...
Defending Michael Jackson or for saying he was molested by other people?
You're right in there. So he was a famous child actor, obviously, alleged that he had been sexually abused by powerful figures in the industry. And when he publicly addressed those claims in an interview with Barbara Walters, she says, "You're damaging an entire industry."
Oh.
Terrible. Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, the Pope picture.
The Pope picture on SNL. Rose McGowan, her career.
Marilyn Manson?
No, which is where I go with my head as well. But no, it's whenever she came out and publicly accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual abuse and rape.
So these are people that were canceled for...
Coming out and talking
So these
about
people
things.
that were unnecessarily canceled.
Unnecessarily canceled,
Okay.
yeah. Katherine Heigl, I didn't realize she was
Oh, for
Being,
bad-mouthing her writers on
on Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, and supposedly she
Hard to
was
work with.
infamously hard to work with.
And finally, Rebecca Black.
Oh, just for putting out a cheesy song?
Just for putting out Friday, people were like, this chick's got to go.
Wait, did you say cheesy?
I remember that. She got a lot of heat for that. She
She did.
recorded the song, like somebody paid for like a recording session.
Yeah.
And she recorded the song as on a whim and put it out and made a
had-
video
yeah.
and got...
Got raked across the coals
Raked
for it.
across the coals
People
for
still
it.
love that song in weird times, and that's your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. One of the weirdest names ever. Imogen Poots.
Yeah.
That's Autumn on Amazon's Outer Range, which, by the way, I got canceled, but man, that was a cool show. Also, in 28 weeks later, she's 36. Rafael Nadal, the tennis superstar who beat Roger Federer 10 of the 14 times they played in Grand Slam matches, 39. Anderson Cooper is 58. Denise Williams is 74. That's the let's hear it for the boy.
Let's hear it for the boys.
That's right. And the theme to Family Ties. Denise Williams is 74. And Susie Quattro, Leather, Tuscadero on Happy Days. She also sang the 1978 smash hit Stumbling In. Susie Quattro is 75 years old today.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Sarah Twain. And today's birthday girl's been in 339 fun films, including Assume the Position 4, The Big Black Beast 3, Butt Quest 3, Deviant Divas 2, Girls with Guns 2, Scott's favorite Inch Freaks 2.
It's really cool.
Wow.
The Neighborhood Hoochie, she was in Tic Tac Toes, and who could forget her role in 2019's Rafe's favorite, Gay for Pay 2.
It was a real takedown of the financial tech industry. It's a thinker.
Sarah Twain is 44 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we are going to play Do It, Bitch. That's right. We're going to try it out again. Moon, if you would, the Great Wheel.
The Great Wheel is ready.
We need to get the teams going here. Take my name off the wheel.
Your name is being removed from the wheel.
So we've got tickets to go see Pierce the Veil with Sleeping with Sirens Sunday night, June 8th over at the Amphitheater. We got tickets to go see Jeremy Piven this coming Sunday over at the Factory. We got tickets to go see Incubus with Manchester Orchestra July 3rd at Chaffetz. And we got tickets to go see the Lumineers Big Summer Show July 23rd at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. So we'll get the teams going here. All right, spin the wheel, Moon. Let's see. It's going to be, all right, King Scott.
Gonna be king.
King Scott.
That sounds
And
good.
Who will King's teammate be? It's going to be the Cousin Brothers.
All
Cousin
right.
brothers.
The champs.
And
What's up,
Moon
brother?
versus Rafe and Lern.
All right.
We got the So Ill Connection versus the Cousin Brothers.
Cousin bros. Co-bros.
All right, Scott, 4 people.
Okay.
Going to be 4 people on the phone. Is it Team King and Moon, or is it Team Rafe and Lern? Do It, Bitch is next. All right, welcome back to the program. It's time to play Do It, Bitch. And today's contest is sponsored by
CarStar, your auto body repair experts, locally owned with nationwide guarantees. See carstar.com for locations near you.
All right, do it, bitch. The Great Wheel, the Great Wheel has decided the teams. So it's Team King and Moon versus Team Rafe and Lern. So each team will have a gambler and a guesser. The guesser will leave the room. I will give the gamblers a category. The gamblers will go back and forth betting on how many things their teammate can name in that category within 10 seconds. If the gambler thinks the other team has overplayed their hand, they'll say, do it, bitch. We'll bring the guessers back in, and we'll see if the guesser can make good on the gamble. Best of 5. Losing team gets shot with the airsoft gun. All right, so who's going to gamble and who's going to guess first on Team Moon and King Scott?
Did they already write theirs down?
I've already got.
You've got theirs.
I've got theirs.
Okay, Scott, you pick.
Okay. Well, I want to switch things up and I want to gamble first this time.
So King Scott will gamble first,
You butt face.
and Moon will guess first. For Team Southern Illinois, Lern will be the gambler.
Yeah.
And Rafe will be the first guesser.
Okay.
All right, boys.
Let's get our teammates.
Oh, yeah.
You guys on the phone. Gonna have to back a team.
See who we get.
Jennifer.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is it Team King and Moon or Team Rafe and Lern?
Rafe and Lern.
Rafe and Lern for Jennifer.
All right.
Okay.
She doesn't want
Thanks,
tickets?
Jennifer.
That's cool.
Dominic, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Team King and Moon or Team Rafe and Lern?
So
Southern Ill. Okay, hang on.
Dominic.
Team Rafe and
Okay,
Lern.
again, no tickets. That's weird.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's a good choice.
Derek,
Hey,
who are you going to go with?
cousin brothers.
Cousin Brothers. Okay, hang on.
You fool.
What?
And Brittany, Team King and Moon or Team Rafe and Lern?
Rafe and Lern.
Rafe
wow.
and Lern.
Wow.
Look at this.
You guys are on it today.
A lot of
Thanks.
Southern Illinois love over here.
Good
All right, let's send the
choice.
guessers out. Get out.
Bye.
Bye. Hey,
Oh,
You
God,
okay?
I'm going to try.
get
Please,
your head
guys,
on. Don't be out there
Hey.
thinking about the flowers.
before you leave. Moon? What? Come back in here, please. No controversy today, okay? Please. Please.
It's not.
I'm just saying, while all you hear in the room.
Why are you looking at him then?
It's you, bruh.
Me?
It's always you.
Get out.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. The first category is, and you can, there's no controversy here with
Okay.
U.S. state capitals.
Oh, God. Yeah.
U.S. state capitals. And we'll start with King Scott. In 10 seconds, how many U.S. state capitals can Moon name in 10 seconds?
He can do 8.
8. Can Rafe Dean Williams, your teammate, name 9 U.S. state capitals in 10 seconds?
I know he can, but I'm going to say do it, bitch.
Okay.
Whoa.
So 8, right off the bat.
Didn't expect that.
Not really much negotiating here.
Nope.
You started high.
I know, but I thought
You started high.
You start with 8.
these are smart fellas here.
8's a high number.
I mean, Moon will probably get 8 too, but, you know, it's 1 second.
Okay, let's bring them in.
1.5 seconds.
Let's bring the guessers back in.
That was fast.
It was fast. There really wasn't much negotiation here. So the number is 8.
Oh, Lord.
8.
Someone started high.
Yeah, somebody did just say 8.
Out of the gate?
Out of the gate.
Out of the gate?
We
with 8.
rhymed out of the gate.
Out of the
Man.
gate with 8. And congratulations. Our first contestant will be Moon. So, Moon,
Wunderbar.
switch with Lern.
8.
Do you need my heating pad or? Okay.
Now you will
This
have
one, simple. It's simple.
10 seconds. Did we test this out already? We good with this?
I don't know. Hey, may I use the cat?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Okay.
the squishy cat.
Moon.
Don't look at me, Scott. Coming in here. at 8.
Everybody, please count.
Okay, you count.
Okay. I am.
right.
I am counting.
Why are you
Don't
yelling?
be. You're so
I'm
mad
already-
at us.
I'm trying to stay
today.
calm, and you're yelling. You're throwing.
Everything's going so easy.
I wasn't mad at you before. I'm sorry. My apologies.
What's wrong with you?
I'm just trying to do a good job, guys.
You're doing a
I'm
great
trying to stay
job.
calm.
We love you so much. Okay.
Woosah. Woosah.
All right, Moon.
Serenity now.
Sanity later.
Yeah.
In 8,
No,
in 10 seconds.
You are screwing.
in 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 8 U.S. state capitals.
Jefferson City, Augusta, Olympia, Sacramento, Albany, Jackson. Let's see, Des Moines. I didn't get there.
Sorry, buddy.
Dang, one.
That's tough.
You should have a good time out.
Started at 8.
Oh, no.
Started at 8.
You're in
For real?
timeout. What's wrong with you, man?
We just had this. We just had this one recently, so I thought.
Yeah, we
were
may
all-
go back to
and we
categories
talked about the
for that.
So I just have
strategy.
an alphabetical.
Well, we talked
list
about
in
this.
my head.
We
I
talked
said
about
you
the
could
strategy.
get 9, but I didn't want to do
No,
it,
you
okay?
can't.
Well,
We're
I-
we
having
talked about
we're having
this.
a
That would've
gloomy
been
Tuesday
tough.
over here.
All right, ask that question again.
Get
Frank.
out.
Would have been tough.
I thought.
Cities is one thing. Capitals is a specific.
U.S. state capitals.
That's tough, man. Hey,
Yeah, you know, I don't.
I
need-
thought.
I
I
was
don't need a
shocked
pat
that
on
he
the
went
back.
out right
No,
out
I
of
was
the
like,
gate.
honestly,
was-
when you got
that
to
was a-
6, I go, he might get there if he can pull Springfield and like.
That was a fool.
I said to him, I go, wow, 8 out of the gate, huh?
He said 8, and she said, "Do it, bitch," and he was still okay with his response. What
Okay.
a silly man.
We will start with Rafe on this one as far as your number.
Okay.
Make it a
the-
game. You know what I'm saying?
Category
Just go
is
8.
fast food restaurant chains with at least 50 locations. With at least 50 locations.
Okay. That seems very specific.
Yeah, well, you can't give a lion's choice. So this is fast food restaurants with at least 50 locations.
So we're talking like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Arby's, Taco Bell.
Sonic,
Sonic was a weird one for you to pull, but yeah.
Rallies. I'll even give you Rallies checkers.
Give us rallies. Should we give us rallies and checkers?
I'll give
No.
you Rallies and checkers.
Is that
Let's
the
see if
same?
the all.
Is Hardee's and Carl's Jr. the same
I think
thing?
it's,
I
yeah,
th-
because
I
I think
thought-
there are 50
I thought you
Hardys and
wanted-
50 Carl's Juniors.
Yeah, that maybe, but not maybe not rallies. You're the one that didn't want controversy. You're going to start.
I'm telling you right now.
Well, we'd have to look it up. I'm hoping we don't have to look anything up.
Are we counting pizza restaurants as fast food restaurant chains?
Domino's. I think if you can walk in and get it. Like, we're gonna count Domino's, Pizza Hut.
No, because I think they make the pizzas.
Domino's, like you can just walk in and get one. Little Caesars, you can.
Little Caesars, I think, would be the only one that's hot and ready.
We're talking drive-through only. Because some of them have them, some of them don't. Jimmy John's, fast food.
Yeah, I'll count it.
Subway.
Yes. How many can Lern name? Are we counting pizzas? We got to agree on it.
I think
I
Little
say
Caesars,
the only one, Little Caesars. That's
Little
it.
Caesars for sure. The other ones, no.
Because the whole thing is the food's got to be ready.
I think.
Fast. How many can Lern name?
I'm trying to get in her little cat brain, the cat lady's brain. Because she doesn't eat a lot of fast food, but I feel like she knows fast food. I'm going to say Lern Elwell, my little soul twin. She can name, she could name 6.
6.
Easy.
Can Scott
7.
do
It's a
7?
dunk.
7.
Can Lern do 8?
Lern can do 8.
Can Scott do 9?
Gosh.
Yeah, let's just play the game. Do it, bitch.
Do it.
Damn. All right.
Okay.
Dang, I almost cursed.
Here we go. All right, guys.
Let's go. Let's go.
Game faces. Game faces. Game faces.
Time to play the
ready
game.
to rock.
Yeah.
Guys, the number is 8.
Okay.
Just like before.
Springfield, Little Rock, Des Moines.
Scott,
Yes.
oh, you're ready.
I'm ready.
To watch Lern
Here we go.
Aw.
Let's
I
do
was
this.
feeling sharp right
8.
now.
8.
Don't even sweat it, dude. You're going to have time to spare.
Moon, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Lern.
Yeah.
In 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 8 with at least 50 locations, fast food restaurants.
McDonald's, Taco Bell, Five Guys, In-N-Out Burger, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Red Lobster, and
That's 7.
gosh damn it!
Red Lobster. Red Lobster's not fast food.
That's true. Son of a bitch.
Trying to catch them, it is fast.
And by the way, I don't think In-N-Out has 50 locations.
Okay.
Yeah, they
well,
do.
I bet you it does.
I think they
Well,
have
It was
200. I bet they have
It doesn't
200.
matter. I'm just out of curiosity.
She missed the big dogs.
You think 200 locations?
Parties,
Because they're now- they're all
KFC,
over
freaking
LA,
Raisins.
Vegas.
South.
Gosh damn it.
Raisin
They're in
Cane? And we were
Texas now.
taking.
You know what? I'm blaming my nutritionist.
And you know what sucks? We were taking Domino's, Pizza Hut, Subway, any sandwich shop, Jimmy John's.
I went straight for drive-thrus, and I
Yeah,
just
you got the
and
Red
Lobster
Lobster
doesn't have a
so
damn
fast.
drive-thru. Unless if they do, that's amazing. I would love to have a lobster.
Would
through
you take it
drive-thru.
Starbucks?
Yeah,
Starbucks
that's a
is
fast food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Food's ready.
I thought that was going to be a point of contention if she got there.
No, I'm trying to see how many locations In-N-Out has.
I mean, all over LA. You got Vegas now. You got Texas.
There's probably 50.
And there's Arizona too, right?
Yeah.
Bottom
Right,
burger,
and maybe Utah.
Taco John's.
I was close. 418.
418. Yeah. All right.
Idiot. Okay, out.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's
that's-
1-1.
that is us.
Thank you, Moon.
We shall regain.
All right. Redemption.
Don't even look at me, man.
Redemption.
Okay.
Yes. That was a long time, by the way.
The category is.
Yeah.
I also sometimes want to keep you guys sweating out there, so I'll keep the
I
conversation
talked to like
going.
4 different coworkers.
Guys, the next category is elements of the periodic table.
Like silver and gold and oxygen and
Just like that.
All those
yes.
easy things.
and all those easy things.
Elements of the periodic table. And we will go. We started with King, or back to King.
Okay.
King, how many periodic table elements can Moon name
this
in
one's
10
tough.
seconds?
Man, this is okay. I got to get. Come on, strategy kick in. I'm gonna say he could easily do. Let's go with 3, just
3.
to make it simple with me.
Can Rafe Dean Williams do 4?
Of course he can.
Can Moon do 5?
Yes, he can. He can do 5.
Can Rafe do 6? Are you looking up periodic
I
table
am. I want
elements
to
right now?
see like.
There's
what's
the
on
Breaking
here.
Bad one.
Gosh, there's so many.
Can Rafe do 6?
I don't think so. Do it, bitch.
Wow. I think this is a slam dunk for Moon.
I don't. Chlorine's on this.
Yeah, there's a
He's
lot.
not going to think about that. He's got to.
Oxygen.
Dude, he's so up in his own ass right now about Taylor Swift.
All right. Okay.
About the argument we had. He's not going to get this.
And they're just having a good time.
Well,
out there.
somebody walk out there.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, gentlemen.
Let's go.
Good heavens.
We were in our own world.
Yeah, we could
What
tell.
are you guys doing out there?
We were just talking.
Just
All right, guys, listen.
We're just
spilling the
we're
tea.
just we
Do you
were
guys
just
do
gabbing with the
practice
locals.
rounds like King Scott and I do for each other
Yes.
out in the hallway where we go, name 10 breeds of dogs.
Guys, the number
we were out there naming
is
kinda
a
hanging
million
out.
fast food places.
the number is 5.
5.
Oh man,
We've changed the
The
strategy.
number
here.
is 5.
hardcore.
And Moon,
Yeah,
you
we're doing
Are
the
up.
timer. Oh, okay.
5.
Here we go again.
This must be something special here.
Oh, it is. It's real special.
What do you say? Thank you.
Yep.
Moon
Yeah,
in
Few categories that I would not get 6 in.
10 seconds. I need you to name at least 5 periodic table elements.
Argon, helium, copper, iron, gold, helium,
You got it. You're good.
hydrogen.
Very well done.
Zinc,
You're
magnesium.
wrong. I
Was
said
your dad a science
Salt.
teacher?
I said that was easy.
I said you're up in your own ass.
Son of 2 teachers.
I was looking at the periodic table last night.
No way! No way! No way!
Hey,
Slam
how do you
dunk.
spell nerd?
AU for gold.
Yay!
What a fun guy you are.
I like
Freaking
it.
nerd.
That's a cool house.
Guys, it's because I'm watching Breaking Bad
man.
with my teenage son.
That's sweet.
get
You're
out.
making meth at your house. Okay.
As soon as you said it, I go, this is over.
Okay.
He'll have time. He can have time to make a sandwich at the end of that.
She said, she was, said do it, but you go, really? Like, you don't think Rafe could do 6?
I could have done 6, I think.
I think you could have.
Are those that? Did I say right one? Salt on there?
No.
Magnesium.
Sodium.
Salt is
Carbon.
NaCl.
Carbon.
Carbon is, yes. Okay, listen.
Okay, I would have
Let's
got
refocus. Let's because Rafe, you are first to gamble.
Okay.
The next category is colors in a standard Crayola 8-pack.
Okay.
Colors in a standard Crayola 8-pack.
Hey man, why don't you just? I bet you she could do 9. You should throw that out there.
I mean, I'm going to try this out. I mean, there's red, yellow, green, blue, brown, black, orange, and purple. Those are the colors in the standard Crayola 8-pack. Red, yellow, green, blue, brown, black, orange, purple. How many can Lern name? Can she do all 8?
6.
Can Scott do 7? Remember, there's a lot of pressure on this one.
You know what's going to suck about this one is when they hear that number 8.
It's going to get in their head.
They're going to start thinking about the finite.
That's why I think this one will work.
She's going to be the category, man.
Show me 7.
I just don't. Oh,
Scott can do 7.
Scott can do 7. Yeah. He needs to earn this anyway. He
can Lern do 8,
on that
and then it ends here.
say it to me again.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say what they are out loud.
Red,
she
yellow,
got this. Let's
green, blue, brown, black, orange, purple. Will you double check my work, by the way?
Blue, black, brown, green, orange, red, purple, yellow.
Yes. The standard.
Do it, bitch.
At 7? Woo. He's gonna.
Don't call him in yet, because I want to make him sweat a little bit.
8 is going to freeze his brain.
It's not 8. I said 7.
I know,
No. But when I
he's
say,
gonna think 8, and he's going to be.
I'm going
to
say,
say 8.
In 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 7 colors and a standard Crayola 8-pack.
Here's where I think the problems are going to be: orange and purple.
Well, he can say violet or purple because this is.
It's violet or purple.
That's fine.
Purple.
I think orange and purple are going to throw people for a
Blue,
loop.
black, brown,
Here we
green,
go. I think we're going to
orange,
get red, black, blue, green.
Yeah, listen,
yellow.
I don't think this is an easy one. I don't think this is easy. And if he gets it, he earned it.
And I'm scared she'd be saying some crazy stuff like magenta and aquamarine. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, exactly.
Carnation.
All right.
It's going to be great.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's see what happens.
This was another long discussion.
You ready to
Another
learn?
long one.
Yeah.
To watch Scott.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Now, just so you know, Scott.
Hold on.
The frost is on the pumpkin.
What?
Scott's rolling up his sleeves.
It's temple time.
It's
It
temple
is.
time.
Worry
Take
not.
your shirt off.
It's temple time because your temples are about to hurt.
Now, this is for the win.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yep, it's for the
That
win.
feels
King and
good.
Moon are up
Excuse
2 to
me.
1. Scott, the number is 7.
Okay.
I got not to laugh. Not laughing. I'm going to be very serious. As a game show host, I'm going to be very serious.
That's right.
King Scott. In 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 7 colors in a standard Crayola 8-pack.
Purple, green, black, red, white, blue, orange, navy. There's silver. What I get? Where was that?
There's no white, number 1.
Yeah, there is.
No, not in the standard.
Yeah.
Not a standard Crayola 8-pack. It is red. It is yellow. It is green. It is blue. It is brown, black, orange, purple.
And I
They don't have white. That's in every one I've ever owned.
Not in a
7.
standard.
I counted 7 with white. If white's not in there, I have
White is
6,
not in there.
which means
Are we sure about
we
this?
survived the day.
We went over it.
I know. I'm saying.
No, you said
I'm
them so
saying
fast.
I have 7 fingers out.
Oh, you got do you got 7 out?
Yeah, but
You
I
may
don't.
need to go back to the tape on
I don't
this.
know if I counted white.
I counted.
I don't think
over
I
I
here.
counted white.
I mean, I was
but I
trying
don't
not
remember.
to.
I
You
have
said
released
8
my
total.
fingers.
White wasn't in there. Because I made 8 tick marks. White's not in there. That takes it to 7. I believe he said
Silver.
silver, which is not in
Silver's
there.
not one.
That takes
Navy
it down
is
to
not one
6.
either.
Navy is not one.
Navy's not one, but I know I didn't count Navy.
Navy, silver, and white did not count. We may need to go back to the
We
tape.
might have to roll tape.
All right, we're going to roll tape on this.
Doggone it.
Scott, we're going to table this until after the commercial.
Sorry
break,
about
okay?
that.
Make or break.
This is a big deal, guys.
This is a big deal.
I think we're good.
Standard.
I think we're going to round 5 on this.
Standard 8.
I want you to go back to the tape.
All right.
Rafe, you go in with
He
him.
started
please.
with purple, which I was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
I thought so, too.
purple and orange were going to be the problems.
I must have always bought the big boxes of it.
I know we were very privileged in that way.
We went
The
over
silver,
the standard,
hell yeah.
the standard 8-pack of
By the way,
Crayola.
who's buying that? Where's that at?
$1
Just go to a
general.
store, find it at a store, see if it exists. It
Who's
doesn't.
buying that?
Did you say
Target.
black?
He did
Yeah.
say black.
You did say black. Okay.
He said purple. He said red and blue. And he said black. Those are 4 I know
I'm
he
pretty
had.
sure I counted 6, but we're going to go back to the
He
tape.
said
you say
white,
green?
silver. He did not say green.
I thought I said
You said
green.
orange.
You said orange?
You did say
We're going to go to the
orange.
tape.
Yeah.
You say yellow?
Yeah.
We're going to go to the tape. It's 8.
It's going to be close.
It's 8:36. It's Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you. Going to be close. Rain,
Traffic.
go with that, please. I'm back and reviewing the tapes. We're in the middle of Do It, Bitch. King Scott and Moon are up 2-1. The last category was
Crayola.
colors in a standard Crayola 8-pack. King Scott had to do the plan. It was 7 and 10 seconds you needed. There was a lot of fast colors out there.
Yeah.
So we had to go back to the tape.
Yes.
And Rafe, what did King Scott name?
He said red, green, blue, purple, black, orange. He did not say
got the-
yellow nor brown.
You got the tough ones.
Yeah. I did yeah, and then we switched to.
He made his mouth up to say ye, and then silver came out. So he got 6 out of the 8.
6 out of the 8, which is great. And I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
That was great.
Which means
It's time, baby.
the Southern Illinois train is still in business.
That's right. Choo choo.
But if you mix
Cuckoo's-
silver and white, it's yellow.
Cuckoo's
No, get
choo-choo
out.
is still in
We're
business.
guessers, get out. Guessers got to leave.
Guess it's gotta leave.
That's you. Get out. For the final round.
You got it.
For the final
This
round.
hey, it might not be the final round.
It is. It's 2-2.
Oh, well,
It
then
is the
fine.
final.
Sorry, I thought we only had one.
No, it is the final. Yeah, you guys got the first one.
Yep. This is all for Derek. We want Derek, right?
Okay, so I'm going to start with King Scott here.
Okay.
And the final category is hosts of Saturday Night Live.
Hosts.
People who have hosted Saturday Night Live. So there's going to be a lot of fast names out there. So we may have to do a little research.
Are we allowed to just do first names, or are they?
We got to know who
I
they are.
mean,
Can't just
you
say
can't
Bill.
say Bob.
But if you think like somebody knows that it's,
Like who?
well, Steve, like Steve Martin.
Oh,
any
come
of that
on.
kind of stuff.
There's-
Okay.
It could be Steve Gutenberg. I
Has
have
to
no
be
idea.
both names.
Unless it's Madonna or Cher.
Okay.
Or Elton.
Or fine.
Or Keanu.
Or Keanu.
Fine.
All right.
How many can Moon name?
Gosh, this one's
Hosts of Saturday
super
Night
easy,
Live.
but it takes up so much time. Well, he could easily do 3.
Okay. And you know what? And you can't go Steve Martin, Steve Martin, Steve Martin, Steve Martin.
Because he's 5 timers, right?
Oh yeah, one time.
One time.
They've
Come
been
on.
a host
Yes.
at least once.
How many can Rafe do?
I'm going to say 6.
Can Moon do 7?
Yes, he can, but hold on a second. I mean, I feel like we have to because this is. Yeah, he can do 7.
Rafe can do 8.
All right, I'm gonna have. I know Moon could do 9
Can
for
Moon
sure.
do
but
9?
He can, but that's so many words, and I'm just in hopes that Rafe has a little toot in his mind. So I'm gonna say, do it.
There we
Go, Rafe, dude! Oh, this is exciting.
Oh, it's very
Okay,
exciting.
everybody chill.
Everybody
Yeah.
chill out.
Boring.
You guys really, we really need to pay attention here, guys.
Seemed like a spirited, healthy debate was happening in here.
The question is,
The number
Sorry, I got mad.
is Rafe going to have to earn anything here, or is he just a bystander?
the number is 8.
And I'm no bystander.
And Moon,
Yeah.
you ready to watch Rafe do it?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, look at me.
Good
got
luck.
this.
That's all I can say.
You didn't really look at me when I said it.
What?
You got this.
For
Dang,
the
that's
win.
a lot.
Okay.
Okay?
For the win. Rafe.
I can easily tell by the look in your eye what my chances are.
No
and
pressure.
I'm not loving it, but let's go.
Rafe, in 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 8 hosts of Saturday Night Live.
Liam Neeson, John Hamm, John Goodman, Lena Dunham, Tom Hanks, Ryan Gosling, Selena Gomez.
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
7. Damn.
Very good, though.
Yeah, that was impressive.
7.
I'm not even
I
gonna
thought
check
you
your
had
work.
that for sure. I was like, oh, that is so smooth.
Oh, I
What
thought-
a crazy list.
Yeah.
Where did your brain
Dunham
go?
was incredible. Good job on Dunham.
I mean, just
I thought you were going to take it to the hosts that had worked at SNL before.
Yeah, like Steve Martin and
like
yada, yada,
dig
yada.
through the hosts or the cast.
wow. With
You
more
went
than
for
10
some good-
seconds, I might have. I might have subcategorized in some way.
Oh,
That was good.
congratulations to King Scott and Moon.
Woo, that was good. That was so impressive.
That was tough because I know both of you guys could
Damn.
easily get
One
those, but
winner,
that's,
Derek, the man who betted on you.
And also, just to let you know, he started at 3, and I said 6.
I know,
and then he
you
said
punk.
Moon could get 7, and
You
then
messed
I
up my
said
rules.
8. So I believed hard.
That's how you're getting.
I should have gotten it. Steve Martin, Martin Short. I went into the Six Timers Club. Justin Timberlake. I
Man.
started seeing robes once I said Tom Hanks, and then that was the end for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. Good game,
That was good,
gentlemen.
That was all
Let's
around
see
a
if Rizz is
good
getting
battle.
shot.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this part. Okay.
Come on, you want to be on Lern's team?
Okay.
You're getting shot.
All right, buddy.
Too.
Welcome back to the bitch.
Shot.
Come on. And here's the thing. I thought I did a good job today.
Me too. You did great.
You did such a great job.
That's fine.
Was
Here's
I a
your
good boy?
reward.
Was I a good boy, guys?
Hey, to the one person that picked us, congratulations. I hope you enjoyed
I
the
love how
concert.
dumb that
Birthday,
rule
Derek.
is that if you host this, you have to get potentially shot.
Well, we ought to have some skin in the game, huh? Should we just do it?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Just get it done with.
Well, excellent questions today.
You don't need to kiss his butt now.
It's over. This butt's going to be a little sore.
Can I get shot first?
No.
Why?
Oh, we're taking
What?
requests?
I never get to be shot first.
I didn't know.
Man.
All right. Let's just
This
go.
is great.
Let's just do it.
I wore my baggy jeans today.
That was smart.
I was banking on not getting shot today.
Damn it.
Sorry, guys.
Guys, we got news coming up next.
The news coming up next.
News coming up next.
I'm excited.
Very exciting, guys.
Look at that.
Rafe, don't elbow me.
Rafe's been working out.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you got the baggiest
Hey, get that shirt. Shirt up.
God.
Rizz is wearing the baggiest jeans since 1998. Yo, I can't see a shape
outta
of your.
here.
What are you losing
Are those-
weight? I haven't seen a butt. There you go. Let me
They're
see
blue
it.
trash bags.
Let me see it. Let me see
There it is. I'm presenting it.
Okay, I see it.
Not that much.
Are you checking your heart rate?
I am, yes.
Down my lap. Oh!
Yeah. Oh.
The gun is getting weird.
Wow.
The gun is getting weird. That one winged right kind of hit your center, and I
almost.
think 2 of them shot out when Rafe got hit.
It felt like two.
Yeah, it was like I saw 2.
The surface area was much larger than
Well,
normal.
good job, everybody.
My
can make a
vision
wish
is
now.
going.
Congratulations.
Gosh, good job all around, everybody.
All right. And congratulations to Derek.
Yeah,
I know.
welcome, Derek.
Hero.
That's right. What's up? What's up, you 3?
Sorry to Jennifer, Dominic, and Brittany. I really let you down. All I had to say was
Fools.
George
Fast
Carlin, Will Ferrell. So many names.
So, 50 years
Davidson,
worth of names.
Dave
50 years
Chappelle.
worth of names.
Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by...
Schicker Auto Group, your headquarters for American-made Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeeps, plus a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Shop local. Visit shopschicker.com.
Guys,
That's a lot of first and last names I have to say in 10 seconds. Even if
okay,
you
Tom.
got
oh yeah, and that was discussed as well. Guys, when it comes to rollerblading, who is the expert on the show?
You are.
So if there's rollerblading in the news, you know we're going to cover it.
#1 show for rollerblading.
Yes, for rollerblading news. If there's a rollerblader in the news, good or bad, we're talking about
That's right.
him or her. Headline, Pennsylvania gas station robbed by rollerblading thief. Police in Abington Township, Pennsylvania are searching for a suspect who pulled off a dramatic gas station robbery, escaping the scene on rollerblades. This happened around 7:30 p.m. on May 25th, and according to police, the suspect entered the store on rollerblades,
Blue shirt, black Bowers.
scooted up to the countertop, brandished both a handgun and a knife, which was tucked into his waistband of his short shorts. He demanded cash from the register, threatening to shoot the employee if the instructions were not followed. The thief, described as wearing a hoodie, cap, shorts, and face mask, also distinctive black and white rollerblades, left the store with the stolen money, was last seen skating south on Old York Road.
Wow.
The store employee described the suspect as shouting loudly and aggressively. This could describe me, by the way. I can be both loud and aggressive.
And on rollerblades.
And on rollerblades. You never know. But I do have an alibi for May 25th. Police praised the employee for his composure under pressure. Authorities have not disclosed the amount of money taken and are urging anyone with information about the suspect's identity or whereabouts to contact detectives. In other news, Christopher Monin. Okay, we've talked about this guy. We talked about him many, many years ago. He's actually quite famous, this man, for his particular fetish. This man is a pool float pervert.
Okay.
He's pleaded guilty to a bizarre series of crimes, including stealing inflatable pool floats, which he admits he uses for sexual gratification.
Have we heard about this guy before?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, I think we've seen this.
This is safe.
So his months-long burglary spree in Palm Bay, Florida, came to light after police spotted him riding his bike in the early morning hours with a garbage bag full of deflated pool floats. Now, the area had been hit by a wave of pool float thefts, and officers quickly zeroed in on him as their main suspect. During questioning, Chris confessed to breaking into multiple backyards to steal floats, telling police officers that he used them for sexual gratification, quote, instead of raping women.
Oh, my gosh.
And guys, did police hit the jackpot. All I'm imagining is, you know when they make a big drug bust, they lay out all the drugs, and they take, like, pictures with it, like the cops do?
This has got a flamingo and a banana and a alligator.
They found 75 pool floats, ranging from a duck and a watermelon to a bacon-shaped float, even a Shaquille O'Neal branded lounger.
Whoa. So wait, so when they do the layout for the photos, inflated or deflated?
Oh, they got to be inflated.
Yeah. It'll be so sad if they were deflated.
Look what this man did to these poor things.
Well, that could also be the case.
What a weird excuse, too. Like the cops are going to be like, oh, well, since you put it that way, you're kind of a hero.
Right. Yeah, please don't touch the women. Just have fun
Thanks
in your
for
weird
not raping
pool
the
shed.
women.
Right.
And taking it out on Shaq's brand of pool floaties. You freaking weirdo. Like, what?
Unbelievable.
He thought that was gonna, like, he's like, so am I off the hook? I'm like, no, you're even more suspect.
Right.
You didn't have to say that.
So in a plea deal with prosecutors, he was sentenced to 2 years of community control, which is a type of house arrest, followed by 8 years of probation, was fined $840. He already spent 8 months in jail awaiting trial. Dude, 8 months in jail.
Pool floaty.
For stealing pool floats.
What was the bail?
I don't know.
I mean, pool floats can get expensive, right?
I feel like the bail for something like that. When you hear some of these numbers and you're like, oh my gosh, this guy murdered somebody and they let him out for 10 grand.
Yeah.
Like, this can't be a lot. So nobody came to this rescue and was like, yeah, I'll float you 250.
Don't say float.
Pardon me. that was not intended.
Not time to joke around.
The court noted he requires specialized mental health treatment. And, his pool float obsession is not new. We talked about him. Convicted of similar crimes dating back to 07, 08. We talked about him in 2017.
Yeah, okay.
In 2017, he was caught loitering with an inflatable raft in his bicycle basket.
Gosh. He got busted for loitering.
And it had to be yeah, what an idiot.
It's the only guy in the last 20 years that get arrested or busted for that.
Oh my gosh, you're still around when they come to get you. Or come to check on you. What a fool. But, I mean, are you guys imagining, do you remember like the 90s alligator float with the handles?
Oh, yeah, we had those.
It was like flat.
Sticking out of his basket?
Those are sexy. Gosh.
What a weirdo.
What a weirdo, huh? Well, at least for now, Palm Bay's pool floats are safe.
Hopefully he's not a needle to, well.
What?
Oh. Hopefully they just lock him away and he doesn't ever talk to any ladies.
Hey, remember this number. The next time your dog craps on the floor, because it's going to sting even more. A new study found that owning a pet costs way more than people think. And the price tag keeps going up. So people were asked how much they think it costs to care for a cat or dog for 15 years. What do you think the number is? Like, if I were to ask you, because I got the real number.
Those are big differences. A cat and a dog?
Yeah, and the numbers are different.
I mean, yeah, even in the size of your dog, it's going to cost you huge.
And I was reading an article that said cat owners normally don't take their cat to the vet as often as dog owners because of the experience is just very traumatic. Like dogs like getting in the car, smelling new things, and are generally happy. Cats hate being in the car, great, all that. So I think having a dog is more expensive. But man,
it is. I will tell you that people think that having the dog is more expensive.
I'm going to say a cat is $7,500 and
That's how much you
A
think.
lifetime?
And for 15 years. So
$7,500. I'm going to say the average dog is $17,000. But I know the drastic difference just between our Chihuahua, what do they call them? Chiweenie and our English setter. And the differences between those is pretty noticeable. I can't imagine what my buddy Jeff with the Newfoundland is spending. I mean, just the food bowls are the size of salad bowls.
Anybody want to give it a stab?
I'm going to say right around, a little under 15,000. I'll go 14,900.
For a dog?
Yeah.
For a dog.
One dog, 15 years, I will say about $22,000.
Okay.
Whoa.
And I think a cat is probably going to be about half that. I think a cat's going to, because they eat less. Think about dog food, just a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, they eat a lot.
That's $80, almost $100 a bag. You're probably going through easy 10 bags a year.
And don't forget treats and toys and that kind of crap.
Toys, beds.
When it all adds up.
surgeries or some sort of
You
medical
start getting
experience.
into like vet bills.
Well, do you want the answer?
Lizard skin boots they eat.
Wait, what'd you say, Lern?
I'm going to say $15,000 for a cat and $17,000 for a dog.
Okay, so people were asked what they think it costs to care for a cat or dog 15 years. For cats, the average answer from people was $5,735. For dogs, $8,158.
Damn.
Those are just what people think.
Actual retail costs.
Actual retail costs. 3 times that.
Wow.
So it depends on the type of food you buy, whether you get lucky with vet bills, and how much you spoil them. Caring for a cat now costs anywhere from $20,000 to $47,000.
Oh my gosh.
Over the course of their life.
I believe it.
And for dogs, it's between $22,000 and just under $61,000.
I was on the low end.
Yeah,
Wow.
I guarantee you, my buddy.
Sorry, getting rid of you guys.
Newfie is costing him $70,000 long run.
That's an average of at least $1,300 a year for cats, $1,500 for dogs.
Dang.
They say even something like a rabbit can cost over $1,000 annually. And the cost for dogs has gone up about 12% in just the past 3 years, 19% for cats. And having multiple pets does save a little.
Okay.
On a per pet basis, but not a lot. So does this mean we're poised to start living pet-free? Don't count on it.
No.
More than 75% of pet owners said they think of their dog or cat as a family member, a best friend, or their child.
They help from our stress. They help with our stress from rising prices on everything else in our life. So,
Can't figure out where all my money's going.
Snake eating its own tail.
I can't figure out where all my money's going. Thank God I got these 9 German Shepherds to keep me company.
All right, so let me ask you this question. So if you consider your animal your child, are you more apt to be a dog person or a cat person?
Dog.
Yorkie.
No. Do dog or cat people, are they which one are more apt to say their pet is their kid?
That's a great question, man.
It's got to be
a fine line, right?
Yeah, I
gotta
think
be
dog.
dogs.
It's a close race. You think so?
I do. Dressing up the dog, taking the dog to the salon. Like there's more little outings in the stroller.
The
Like,
dogs are more like kids. Cats are more like abusive spouses.
Yeah, but then you got the single cat ladies, that whole stereotype.
yeah, but we don't dress our cats up, and they don't like going in the carrier, and it's.
Man, you're probably right.
Yeah,
Play
I think
the
dogs.
numbers.
However, I can carry my cats like babies. And I do.
You can? Upside down?
Upside
Oh,
down.
that's
I
so
don't let my
trusting.
dog
They
on
love
my
you.
head.
They trust you.
You think dog or cat people?
I'm going dog.
Dog.
Definitely dogs.
Definitely, huh?
Babies.
It's
get
close.
treated like babies.
It's close, I will tell you.
I will tell you.
But it's dog people.
Yeah. They don't have a Soulard cat parade.
That's true. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because you can't organize.
Maybe they
That'd
do,
be
but they all
awful. You
run
can't
in different
organize a cat.
directions.
You can't organize the cats.
Follow
into
the
a parade.
catnip. Which, by the way, we were going to put in our. We're trying to figure out like what to put in our yard to like keep mosquitoes away because we got the woods and the creek and all this crap, and it's just mosquito heaven. And we got a lot of bats that are
Frogs.
trying to do their work.
Frogs and bats.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that's great. But like, we're trying to figure out what kind of plants we should put out there, and I guess catnip also like helps with
Oh,
some
really?
insects and things.
That's
but
good.
the problem is, you know,
Get
the
a
big
cat
warning
back
every
there.
time you're like, this may attract cats, and like, well, that's not what I want because I got
Oh,
dogs.
yeah, you know I know cats.
I don't want cats coming in to the fence
Yeah.
because my dog is a hunter. I don't know what she would do.
Yeah, there's quite a few little plants you can get, especially herbs. A lot of those.
I was thinking about this yesterday, watching Bo poop in the yard with his cloudy eye, stumbling around. Oh, no, he's a cool dude, but he's just old as dirt. And I'm like, man, how much money have I spent on you, dude? You're like a $50,000 investment.
Yeah,
at this
I
point.
mean, and how old is he?
He's like an old truck. I just keep running. He's 18 and a half.
18 and a half. I mean, he's definitely outkicked his coverage.
And he, you know, and I've had some emergency vet visit bills with him.
Oh, so you're on the high end.
Maybe not the high end, but I'm in the mid range probably. So I bet if it's 22 to 60, I bet I'm 40 grand
Yeah,
deep on
40,
him
40 grand in.
Holy smokes, on a pug.
Worth every penny.
on a puggle.
Man, this makes me think
Don't
twice
do
now. Is it
nothing.
worth having?
He never had a job.
It does make you think about the German shepherds and bigger.
Big
Yeah.
dog,
You know,
yeah.
like because my daughter has 2 German shepherds, and I bet you they cost a ton of money.
Bigger dogs last longer, too, right?
No.
No,
I think it's like
Or
the,
smaller
Shorter
dogs do.
lifespan.
yeah, the medium.
the small to mediums are the longer.
I look around the house too, and I'm like, this dude has 6 beds in different corners of the house where that he just leisurely like. I'll
Stumbles
sleep on the
into.
one with walls for about an hour. Then he's like, I'm going to go over here and lay on this blankie. I like the texture. And then he's like, goes to his other one, and he's like, this one's get a little more room to lay out, and I can lay my head. But I'd also like to be up on the couch if that pleases you. And I'm just like, man, this dude just has the life of Riley at my house. Like, he doesn't do anything except move from bed to bed.
He's living the life, man.
By the way, herbs to plant to repel mosquitoes. Interested? Got a list.
I would love.
Basil, rosemary, mint, catnip, lemon balm, lemongrass, marigolds, and lavender.
Yeah, we got some lemon balm
garlic.
coming.
And garlic also wards off vampires.
We got some lemon balm coming. But
Bigger
I'm
bugs.
I'm afraid because there are cats in the woods.
But get-
because our dogs hate them.
Basil grows so easily. Just grab that too, and that's pretty simple. When rosemary grows easy.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll do some sports, and if we have time, an email or two. All right, Moon, got an email for us?
Yeah, I have a ton of emails. We're starting to back up, but this one it was kind of on the piggyback of our pet conversation and kind of what I mentioned about these cats that are in my woods and stuff. This person says, "Sup, guys? A while ago, y'all were talking about a dog walking into your yard and the homeowner's dog attacking the rogue dog. Would you be liable in any way? Remember this?"
Yeah, well, we had a dog that wandered through the fence into my yard, and thank God my dogs were not out.
Right.
The other day, my neighbor's cat made its way into my fenced backyard through a very small opening because, as we all know, cats defy the laws of
Right.
physics. I was able
Yeah, they're
to...
like the T1000,
yeah,
like
yeah.
liquid
Just
metal.
liquefies and
Or was
then
that the T2000?
T1000.
Which one was it? The T1000?
I believe so. That T999 was...
What was Arnold? What model was he?
T800.
Is that true?
Yeah.
And the liquid metal guy was a T1000?
T1000.
Okay. Anyway.
I was able to corral that cat back out of my yard to the neighbors. And now my concern is, well, heck, I got an 11-month-old golden retriever who I let off leash in my backyard because it is fenced in after all. So far, it has not unalived it has unalived a squirrel and a bunny. I don't think about the cat, but I don't think it's going to attack the cat. But what if the off chance, as it gets bigger, it makes its way into my yard again when my dog is in the yard and it were to attack it? Do you think I am liable, or if something could happen to my dog? I'm curious as to what you guys would do, if anything, if this was your situation. Thanks, Steve. Nature, bro. You got your fence, right? Isn't that your insurance? Isn't that your insurance?
I would say so.
Now, we know somebody whose dog killed another dog, but that other dog was it was a Yorkie. It was a tiny thing, and it went.
I know you're going to say that dog deserved it.
No. I'm not saying that at all. I would never say that. It slipped through the fence and was killed by its pit bull mix.
Oh, wow.
Now, he was panicking because he's like, I'm going to get sued. This is bad. And the neighbor guy, if I remember right, came over and said, hey, man, he was old and kind of deserved it anyway. Let's not worry about it. I'm not kidding. That's what he said.
Let me ask you this question. As a cat owner and your cat roams freely, don't you have some responsibility?
Well, that's why I wanted to bring this up, because I want to know what the cat owner says. What if your cat got over and got attacked by something?
In some areas, allowing cats to roam is not allowed.
Oh, yeah. No, my cat was a roamer until it was followed back by animal control because he bit some gal. Now, he bit her because she hit him with a broom, so you deserve it, lady. But at the same time, we had to take our now for 10 years outdoor cat and make it an indoor cat, and that cat was miserable. Yeah. And it was a total a-hole after that. So what would you do?
I mean, free roaming cats, I've talked to my vet about this. I mean, there's all sorts of things that can happen. They could get run over, they could get stolen, they could get murdered by other animals, but also cats are hard to corral. You can't just be like, the cat will stay in our yard. No, they will roam. They're hunters. They're going to go and explore. And
let's say your cat roams into my yard.
Yeah.
And my dog kills your cat.
Yeah. We will be fisticuffs.
Will we? But why is that my fault?
I don't know, man. I'm struck with grief. And I need to take it out on somebody. And
just reading here, there are potential consequences. Like the cat's owner could potentially sue you for damages. Value of the cat, emotional distress, etc.
Well, I think some people are giving their dogs way too much credit in this situation, too, because I've seen this scenario play out, and 99 times out of 100, that cat is going to make fools of these dogs.
Yeah.
These dogs think they're going to get this.
On the off chance.
This is a street cat, dog. This is a street cat prancing on fences, butt in the air, laughing at these dogs. Like, oh, you guys are going to get me? I'm 10,000 times faster than you. My reflexes are I can jump so much higher than you. I can go up a tree.
Snakes
You're
can't
not getting me, dude. Oh, I'm walking on top of the fence that you can't figure out how to get under or over.
Okay, so
please.
Cats in St. Louis County, according to ChatGPT, St. Louis County does not have a leash law for cats, and they are often allowed to roam freely.
Right.
If your dog is securely contained on your property in a fenced yard and a cat enters, you're generally less likely to be found at fault. If your dog has shown aggression before and you failed to take precautions, you could be found negligent. If your dog has a history of attacking other animals and is declared a dangerous dog, you do have additional legal responsibilities for containment.
Who declares it a dangerous dog? Is this like a permanent record for animals? Like if it gets in trouble, it's on its permanent record?
I think so.
Yeah.
Animal control gets called. They come over, they investigate. I think there is a record of that.
So if you have no permanent record with animal control, who can prove that your dog has been dangerous before or any of that kind of stuff?
I don't know. They ask neighbors?
God, it's such a gray area still.
Yeah.
At what point are there natural enemies, you know? Like if your parakeet gets out and someone's cat whop, whop, gets it, does the parakeet owner sue the cat owner?
You're right, though.
Yeah.
Rafe, if a cat gets in the yard, that cat is...
Dude.
Especially a golden retriever. I feel like golden retriever is like trying to play, whatever. It's going to get smacked around and be like, whoa!
All I hear is a golden retriever in there going, dude.
Even the most astute dogs, that cat's really got to be slipping. You got to be having a real off day.
Yeah.
Because they're winding around.
They could crawl
They're
walls.
darting. They're not running a straight line. Cats are pop, 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 pop. They're pouncing. They're up immediately. They'll get in a hole. They'll go under stuff. They're so much more agile than the worst cat. The fattest cat is more agile than some of the best dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's really not an issue. If that cat gets caught in your yard, it's like suicide by cop. You know what I mean? Like that cat.
It?
Yeah, they want you wanted it.
That cat was depressed.
All right, listen, we got to take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Appreciate you all tuning in. If you missed anything, you got the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring, also the podcast, which is brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled
100% Dookie for everyone? ?
All right. Moon, what else?
Man, just be cool, man.
All right. Gonna try today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Super tight.
Learn.
Subscribe to the Points YouTube channel if you want to watch the show. I feel like we haven't talked about that in a while. You can always rewatch everything that's happened. You missed us getting shot in the ass earlier. Great. 105.7
Wonderful.
The Point on YouTube.
Thank you. Rafe.
No notes.
Scott.
If you could follow me at King Scott Rules because I might be buying a new drafting table today.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You going to do some CAD? What are we talking
A
about?
lot of drawing and a lot of painting.
CAD, yes.
Cool.
But yeah, some CAD work because that's what I love. And I love Cadbury.
With that
bunnies.
exciting news, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member today, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Dupo, Illinois, Danny Whipple.
Yeah.
Team Rizz Member today, and he wants to hear this song. Here it is. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.